is going on, everyone? It's episode 114, recorded on Sunday, December 4th. It's December already, 2022. I'm John, and hey, Drew.
Yep.
One night, Kevin was at a party with some friends, and he notices a hot-looking middle-aged woman.
Nice.
They make eyes, and she comes over to him. She says she's a single 48-year-old mother of two. Kevin's into the milfs and lets her know. So she comes out and asks if he's ever done it with a mother and daughter at the same time before.
God.
Loving the idea and just imagining how hot her daughter must be, he answers, I can't say that I have, but I'd love to try it with you. Then let's go right now, she grins. They go back to her place. As they head up the stairs, she's flirting, pulls off his coat, brings him in for a kiss as Kevin's chub rubs against her leg. That's when she turns and yells up the stairs, Hey, Ma, you ready? We're coming upstairs.
Touche.
What's happening, guys? Bob Cousy here. Long-time listener, long-time caller. Hey, I just watched Disney's Robin Hood. You know, the one where the one cartoon fox tries to the other cartoon fox? Man, I love that movie. Anyways, some really catchy tunes in there, and one just kept playing over and over in my head, so I wrote my own lyrics to it. I hope you guys like it. I thought I'd give it to you as kind of an early Christmas present from Santa Claus. So anyways, I'm going to sing it for you now. Like to hear it? Here goes. It's Drew and also John talking on a podcast, laughing back and forth at what the other one had to say. Watching some Amaranth and having such a good time. Hoo-de-Lally, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking they would play a more amazing plethora of junior RPG games. Never ever thinking John would give a game a lower score than 7, 'cause he's clearly out his brain. You know he is. Hey, it's John and also Drew talking on a podcast, breaking down the stories and the topics of the day. And talking shit and playing games every other Sunday. Hoo-de-Lally, golly, what a day. Hoo-de-Lally, golly, what a day.
What is going on, everyone? On tonight's episode, 2022 prediction recaps, we have a new Super Mario trailer.
Woohoo!
And Switch Sports recap from a true golfer. Spoiler, it's not John.
Oh, come on.
John, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. I think we just heard one of the best classical musical pieces on the planet.
I'm stunned.
A gift from God, a soul of gold. Just everything about, Kevin, Cousy, whatever we want to call him. Genius. I mean, beautiful. It's beautiful.
He's a giving man. I want to tell a quick little story that I haven't told before, but when I met Mr. Coos, he joined our Switch Mob group. And I can't remember where I met him. I think I met him at Alex's house. That was like our first Switch party there, and I think I met him there. And then we had he remembers this. We had a Smash party. Well, that sounds pretty bad. But when Super Smash Brothers came out, we had a party at Julian's house. And I remember being there, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar. But like I knew who he was. We'd chatted before. And I was like, that guy looks familiar. I didn't really think about it. And then about 3/4 of the way into the night, I realized it was Kevin. And I was like, oh, that's Kevin. Oh, like I felt really bad that I forgot. And now all these years later, the man does nothing but give. I have so much Nintendo shit all over my house that I've gotten from him. I have Aloy shit from Horizon in my house. And now he gives us a song.
And it makes you feel a little bad or a little dirty. Like you forgot him. Like, who are you?
I forgot him. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I forgot him. I will never forget him now.
Yeah. I mean,
and I feel like he's so giving. What do we give Kevin?
I don't know.
Have you ever sent him like a stuffy? Like he just sits there and all he does is give. And what we just give him shit. Like That's it.
I know. I gave him our hospitality when he came here. I gave him a day of Drew, and there's not much more than that I could give.
You gave him you didn't give him Rex, so I think that was like your gift to him.
Little does Kevin and Hambone know, but Rex was always our fourth. I planned to that. No, that was. I mean, I told Kev, I said, I'm going to pick you up bright and early, and I'll drop you off late at night, and you don't have to worry about anything. And that was my gift to him. But no, you're right. He's a man of giving. You know, we need the gift back.
We need to give back. We give him guest spots. That's what we do here. Speaking of getting,
I see what
you sound different, Drew.
I do. I don't know what everyone thinks. I got a new microphone. I upgraded. Black Friday special. I went with the new Yeti. I had the ice snowball.
I see a theme.
Yeah, I see that theme as well. So hopefully I sound good. I mean, we're still trying to get the kinks out of the
I told you. I know your voice from your snowball. Also sounds bad. And I can't tell. I think you sound clearer, but you sound different, and my brain is like adjusting to it.
You know what? We need Hambone, because I've hung out with Hambone a few times in person. So we need to be like, that's the Drew that I know in person.
Right. Yep. And we need honesty. So
honesty.
Please,
is it worse?
Please jump into our Discord after everybody listens to the episode and just tell us what you think about Drew's mic. Does it suck? Is it great? Let us know.
Maybe
we need to know.
Maybe I get the more natural Boston accent out now.
I know. I'm out for it. I'm
here for it as well.
Yeah,
I'm always here for it. What's new in the world of John? What have you been up to?
You know, not much has happened these couple weeks. I've had
well, time out. I mean, besides life, you've recorded 2 podcasts on our feed, so you've been busy.
Yeah, we've got the PlayStation Year in Review that we did last week. Hambone and I did that one. That was fun.
Sorry, guys.
You haven't listened to it?
Listen,
rude.
I've been fucking busy. All right, it's on my to-do list.
Okay. That one came out pretty well, and then I started the Xbox Diaries. I'm having a month with Xbox.
You have like a dirty relationship with Xbox. I can't figure it out. It's like,
can you cheat on a mistress?
Like, is Xbox the wife or is Xbox the mistress? Like, you know, like I feel like it's your ex-wife, but like once removed. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, and I feel like I feel dirty when you just talk about it.
I feel like it is an ex. Yeah, you're right. You have your wife, then you have like this girlfriend on the side, but then you have like one of your ex-girlfriends that you just kind of like hitting up like for like a week, and then like that's
she has nice tits or something, and you don't want to forget about them.
Right. And then like kind of like every so often go back to it, but then you're kind of loyal to your girlfriend. That's what it feels like right now. But I've been spending most of my time with my wife with the Switch. So that's been good for the last month. But December, I will be playing pretty much no PlayStation, just Xbox, at least for the first few weeks. And I'm going to kind of vlog or blog about it. So there's going to be some Xbox Diaries.
Interesting.
It's going to be good. I didn't want to talk about those games a lot here. I will talk about one today, but I wanted to talk about a bunch of assorted Xbox games. Did it on the special, so Drew can just not be involved with that.
In a way, I respect that.
Yeah, I'm looking out for you, Drew.
I appreciate that.
I'm looking out for you. I've had a shitty sports week. Jacob deGrom has left the Mets. I did not react well.
I'm sad for you.
I did not react well to this. If you're not a baseball fan, let's put it in perspective. I have been watching baseball since 1985. So I've watched baseball for about 36 years of my life. I'm 46. So I've been watching baseball since I was 10.
You've been watching it longer than I've been alive.
Yes, exactly. Drew was...
I wasn't even a sperm yet. I was nothing.
Nobody. Just an egg. I was nothing. An egg. You were an egg. You're hanging out.
Maybe I was not maybe created yet. Or is that... I don't know how that works. You know what?
You were close. You had to be.
Close? I don't know. How long is it?
You were in development. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Sure.
You're still in development in some ways. But Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher I've ever seen pitch in my life. And he was a New York Met for seven years. And he opted out of his contract. But we kind of thought he would re-sign with the Mets to just a more lucrative deal for himself. and he went to the Texas Rangers for 5 years. I don't give a shit, $1 million. And he's gone. And I had to put his gnome that I've had on my desk for years now in the basement. I can't look at it. And I'm hurt and destroyed. The only good side is I never had a DeGrom jersey, but that was pretty bad. And then that culminated into today where the mighty Denver Broncos nearly actually had a win. I don't know if you saw the end of this game, Drew.
I did.
The Broncos playing in Baltimore actually up 9-3. Like, not the most exciting game, but they were up 9-3. And the Ravens just went on this 7-minute drive. The Broncos couldn't stop them. They score a touchdown. And the Broncos had 28 seconds. No, it was 23 seconds. Russ gets him down the field into position for a 63-yard field goal, which our kicker can do.
That's tough, though.
It is tough, but he had 2 50-plus yarders today. And I've seen him go for these long field goals, and he often will miss them. And he kicked it, and it was dead straight. And I was like, oh, my God, he's going to nail it. And it was short. So, yeah, it's not derailing our season, but man, the Broncos are terrible. That would have been a nice win. Yeah, it would have been a nice win, but it just kind of, made it for a shitty sports weekend.
Listen, I hear you. I felt the same way Thursday night watching my Pats get their ass kicked. Nick Folk also couldn't get the job done. I think his leg is just jelly. He's too old. He just can't kick anymore.
Yeah.
I also been watching a lot of World Cup, USA, heartbreaker. But
to the Dutch? That's the speed skating country.
They're the number 8 in the world, John. They're no joke, the Dutch. You know what it was? Is the U.S. actually played fantastic. They had no defense. Their defense sucked.
So how did they play fantastic if they had no defense?
They played great in midfield, great offense, just zero defense. They weren't
2 out of 3.
They weren't playing man to man. 2 out of 3. But they possessed the ball more than the Dutch did the entire game.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I know boring soccer talk. But
I don't mind the soccer. I'll watch soccer. I don't need to watch my country when I watch it, but yeah, soccer's pretty. I was surprised they gave up 3 goals. It was like, wow, that sounds like a great game.
They only probably had 4 shots. That's my point. There's just no defense.
Wow.
But anyway,
sorry, man.
What else? Nothing.
That's about it. I mean, I saw my son and my daughter in a recital today, a little dance recital.
Ooh, a little Christmas.
I thought it was supposed to be Christmas themed. About a third of it was Christmas themed, and then there was just some other shows. Can I say this? Are there laws? Let me look up real quick and see if there's laws. You can say it.
I'm listening.
I've been going to these recitals for years. My daughter's
Unless you're going to say that the girls are hot and they're under the age of 12, I prefer we don't talk that.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's go for it.
She's been going to these for 8 years or so. So when we watch these recitals, it's all of the classes and all of the age ranges. So when we started going, it was my daughter 4 years old, and she'd be up there scratching her nose. Whatever. She got a nosebleed one time because she did this little, I'm trying to itched your nose sort of thing.
She picked her nose. Let's be honest.
She did it. No. But she was on stage and she just does this, and it was dry, and she started her nose started to bleed. She doesn't do that anymore now. She's 11 now. But we watch all the classes, and so there's young girls, and then you can see them. They're getting older, and then you have the high school girls, and I think that's pretty much around the point where they're not in the class anymore usually, and sometimes when you watch the older girls, it can be somewhat uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It shouldn't be or whatever. They're up there dancing, but when the new lady took over the dance studio 3-4 years ago, she's younger, and so she'll play some more edgy songs or whatever. And this time there was a couple songs where it's just all right, it was yeah, we're the girls on stage and we're hot or whatever. So it was all right. But the thing I noticed this time, and I don't know, I've never noticed it before, there was more jiggle than I remember.
Ooh, front or back?
Front.
Okay.
There was more jiggle, and there was points in the show where I was mesmerized by the jiggle and focusing on where there was the most jiggle. And I was just fascinated because I was I don't remember this before. I don't know. They've gone through older girls before or whatever. So I don't know. I noticed it this time.
I mean, my mind's a little blown here. I'm kind of speechless, which is hard for me typically, but I mean,
I'm trying to.
I'm all for the jiggle.
What was the song? They were playing a song. God, it was a song I've heard before. I feel like I've heard in the dance class too. And it was like pretty God, what is it? I'm looking at it now. God, hold on.
Well, while you're looking for the song,
yeah, while I'm looking.
You looked it up, you bring up a lot of good points, right? I mean, my daughter's only 8. Yours is 11. They're not too far apart, but I'm already starting to anticipate and get a little like nervous, anxious about and Kuz, I know he has 2 young girls around the same age. So like what happens like when they get in high school and they start bringing home like these high school friends like in Yoda pants, like bathing suits by my pool, like bikinis, like
I feel like you've been thinking this through actually for a while.
I'm nervous. I don't like what's like I don't want
How
to
do
be
you
the creepy
react?
guy. Like yeah, like am I like, cutting the grass with my beer, like like rubbing my belly button type thing, like what I don't know. What's the appropriate? Do you go outside? Do you not go outside? Like
Hey, you go outside without the shirt, holding a beer.
that's what I'm thinking. Don't jump in over there.
Yeah, did you bring it? Oh, you brought Katie over, huh?
Oh, Katie, did you need me to put some sunscreen on?
Katie, you're getting so big. I don't know. I don't know how you deal with it. Yeah, I don't know how you deal with it because like Cedric has older friends that will come over, and like I mean he's had friends that are like way taller, like older. I don't know. It's like how do you handle this sort of thing? Like, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not happy. I'm in that phase now, but
you are.
We'll see. What happens when your daughter's bringing home like a guy?
Oh God. Fuck.
Like, and they're like, oh, we're going to be in our room. And be like, no, you're not.
Yeah. And he's going to be like, you got a fucking plushie collection, dude. And I'll be like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Is an informant? Is he coming over?
What happens when they find out we have a podcast? Like, does your kids ever say,
oh, shit.
Like, Dad, what are you doing there? Like they must know you have the podcast. Like, so do they ever say, what are you talking about?
I don't think they've ever like gone to listen to it. I'll show them my 30-second, 90-second reviews.
Sure.
But I don't think they listen to the podcast. But God forbid this is the first one they listen to. I'm so screwed.
You're talking about your daughter's friend's jiggle. I mean, yeah, you're screwed. I mean, I think if Michelle listens to this one, she might be concerned.
She doesn't listen.
During the jiggle, did you give like Michelle a little like elbow and be like, what's going on over there? There's a lot of jiggling.
No. I think I just had the right seats or something. I don't know. Maybe I was a little bored.
You know what I did today? I went to a Bluey birthday party. Are your kids too old for Bluey?
I just heard about Bluey. That's a show on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's Disney bought the rights. It's an Australian. How did you? I guess your kid's a little older. Bluey is.
I just noticed it yesterday, literally yesterday.
Like literally the #1 kid show in the world.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big.
What's the age range for it?
I would say anywhere from like 3 to probably 10, 11, 12 around there.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it pretty much makes you as a parent look like the worst parent in the world because the 2 dogs, 2 sisters, Bluey and Bingo, I think that's their names. It's pretty much like the parents are like super parents. Like they do anything their kids ask them to do.
Yes.
Like their imagination's running wild. So it makes you look bad because then the kids are like, oh, let's play this. And you're like, I don't want, oh, Bluey's dad does it. And you're like, fuck Bluey's dad,
Right.
So anyways, I went to a Bluey birthday party today and they had Bluey there, person in a costume. And there was this fucking girl. I didn't know who she was, but I wanted to go rip her throat out. The poor person in the Bluey costume, it's a dog, right? So it had like a big like snout nose.
No, hold on. Is this a hired person? Or is this like
at the party,
okay,
hired person?
Okay. All right.
And the like 6-year-old girl is jumping up and like trying to grab the nose of Bluey and like hang on. And I'm like, oh my God, this poor person inside the Bluey costume is going to fall over on their face or the costume's just going to get ripped off. And I wanted to just go grab, like, where are your parents?
Yeah, they just run away. Were they there at all? Were they?
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
But.
Wow. There's always a kid like that.
Bluey, your kids might be old. Melanie might like it.
I can put it on for an episode and see. I'm sure Cedric would be like rolling his eyes or something at this point. But
It's not.
they'll watch anything that's animated.
How about the last show I'll throw out there because I actually enjoy watching it? Big City Green.
Never heard of it.
Oh, think of Family Guy, but kid friendly, like on the verge of not kid friendly. But it's that Family Guy atmosphere characters, and I don't know. Big City Green's probably the best kid show on TV.
Where's that?
I think that's also Disney.
Wow.
I think it might be like like TV like 7.
Kind of reminds me of Gravity Falls.
A little bit. It's just it's super short. It's about this family that used to own a farm and they moved to a big city.
Okay.
And like the dad's still a farmer. It's funny. It's good.
I might try it. It's hard with kid shows because sometimes the kids will watch a show and it's just a little like not like vulgar, but there's just a lot of like, remember, like, you don't remember this, it's too old for you, but like in the 80s, like every PG movie really there was always bullies and bullying and name calling just in everything. Like you can't even, like I can barely, I mean, my kids can watch E.T., but like when they're younger,
Weird reference.
it's just seeing all the bullying. And there's at one point in E.T., they call the girl calls the brother like penis breath, or the older brother calls the brother penis breath in E.T. Like, so it's like none of those movies, Ghostbusters, they're not really for kids, like what you would think of for kids these days.
Like when you think of the word penis breath, that means like you sucked the dick.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're
just
saying.
Called your brother or somebody that you sucked the dick.
Probably for a good long time.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. It's like scumbag, right? I back in the day, like scumbag, you know what that means? Like take away the S. It's a cumbag. It's a used condom. Right. So when you call somebody a scumbag, you're legit calling them like a used condom.
Yeah, someone injected cum into you.
Yeah. It's weird.
But it's not like something for like I would think would be an ET or anything like that. It's crazy. It's, so they'll watch some shows and like Michelle and I are just kind of like I don't know. It's just it's just like on that edge or whatever. I don't know.
Well, don't play a new Pokemon game then. Let me tell you that.
Real? Okay, we got to talk about that.
We'll talk about it then. But anyways, Big City Green, Bluey, two of the best TV shows in the world for kids right now. And I'll tell you what, I don't hate them. They're manageable. You know, like some shows you just can't watch. These two shows are manageable. It's a great game to have in the background when you're playing the Switch.
Exactly. Yeah. Not full attention, but part attention.
Part attention. I mean, we went off the rails. I kind of love this intro. I think it's time to move on though, John.
Let's talk about Manscaped.
'Tis the season to play holiday music and start thinking about gifts. Whether it's for a friend or the friend in your pants. You can make this season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use a Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom.
Oh
I was so silent last night. Then add in the Manscaped top of the line shower products to have the people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa cares about his sack, so should you. Look nice when you get naughty by going to manscaped.com and use the code NINDADS for free shipping and 20% off. Go buy some stuff. Perfect time. I'm sure you can still get it in time for the holidays and go from there. Good stuff.
'Tis the season to shave.
'Tis the season.
It's time to look at the bounty board.
Bounty board, folks. And one of the final bounty boards, maybe, our bounty for 3 Pokemon. Catch 'em. Shiny. You got to find fire, water, and grass. Is complete.
Love it. This was one of my favorite bounties of all. This is just fun because it's luck. It's you got to play a lot. It's great.
Yeah, and Dylan, of course, caught the grass. No, not Dillion.
I'm sorry,
Dylan. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dylan. You're right.
Regular Dylan, even though Dillion is also Dylan, but not here. No. Got to differentiate. But Dylan was first. He got the grass. That was like the first day. In fact, I had forgotten about the bounty that first day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took a little while. But then Link, aka Jesse's son. It's Jesse's son.
Now I heard he completed his Pokédex already.
Oh, did he? I mean, that's not surprising. I think.
I think when you,
Like Link is like the kind of he's Matthew, but we'll call him Link here.
He's
We
Pokemon
don't call
champ.
people by their names.
He's
Yeah,
true champ.
he's the kind of guy you get the sense like when Pokemon comes out, he doesn't sleep. Like I don't think he's slept in weeks. So
That's a fair point.
he got a shiny. I forgot what he got, but he got a shiny water type, and then Sir Spence actually hatched a Fuecoco. So
Go.
yeah. Actually, Link had written me. I think he was in the process of trying to get a shiny Fuecoco when he wanted to ask if he could get the other one. And I was like, nope,
No,
it's already done.
Sir.
So everybody's gotten their $10 in eShop cash. That bounty is claimed. So the bounty board is clear. Let's talk next. Let's talk about Presents After Dark.
I love Presents After Dark.
How's it going? How's it going?
Did you buy all your stuff? You ship it out yet?
I have one item that should be arriving this week, and then I'll be able to ship out my present. How about you?
I'm good. I actually wrapped a few things too with some Nintendo wrapping paper, right? And then I put them all inside the box. My person's going to be getting 1 gift, 2 gifts, 3 gifts, and a grab bag of 4th gifts. Like probably 10 mini things into one. So like 4 gifts.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I'm afraid the shipping cost is going to be more than the cost of all the other presents.
I'm going to be sending 4 as well, and
nice.
that's going out. But yeah, it's I can't wait.
I plan on doing a little video when I receive mine.
You're gonna do like a box opening, like blind?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's the way to do.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm nervous though. I mean, we do know who they are, me and you, John, because we ran the pool.
Yeah.
Still random and stuff, but I'm nervous. I might have to ask the person, like, can I open it in front of my kids? Because I don't want to be like set up a nice open and reveal, and then my kids like, oh yeah, what is it? And it's
a Princess Peach dildo.
Ooh, I take that.
No, you can just say it's something else. It's like a lollipop.
Yeah, but then Evan will be like, that looks like my...
He's going to try to get it.
So I plan on sending mine out probably Tuesday.
Okay. When do we have to send them out by?
December 11th, which is Saturday, I believe, right?
I think it's Sunday. Yeah, yep. Sunday.
So first of all, if you're ordering something online, like you're almost past the deadline. You gotta get your shit together. You gotta get everything together, ordered, packaged up. You gotta start getting ready to send this thing out.
Yep.
Now, do you send it? What do you send it through? You do the post office? You do UPS? What do you?
I usually do. I do the post office because I can like I can buy the stamp and then I just bring it to the post office and throw it in the bin.
Yep. They'll weigh it and tell you how much it's going to cost.
Oh no, I pay for it in advance and then when you walk, huh?
How do you know how much it's going to be?
Well, you print it out. Like, so if you go to what is it? I go to paypal.com/shipnow. Okay. And I basically do my order through there. You put in the addresses, you put in the weight of the box, the dimensions of the box, and then you print out a shipping label, and then you tape it onto the box. And then what you do is I walk into the post office. You know where they have the little kiosk? Yeah. And then they have the little bin. You put it in. Yeah, I just put it in that bin.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
don't know if there's another place.
You have to fill out a form by paper, and then they type it up.
Well, and the line is so long during the holidays too, so you don't want to go through that line. So, or you can go to a UPS store, just bring the box and fill out a form. You could do it there too. Probably a quicker line, but I mean, I like USPS. I don't like UPS or FedEx anyway. But yeah, send those out by the 11th. We want everyone to have their gift, well in time before Christmas. And it's all backing up. So get that done. That'd be fun. I can't wait. The next time we do an episode, a lot of people are going to have their gifts. So it'll be very exciting.
Indeed.
And then we have monthly mayhem. Give it to me.
Ooh.
Give it to me. First time.
I'm
First time on the mic.
All right, here we go. Monthly mayhem.
Very good. Beat your backlog.
Beat it.
We have a bunch.
Beat it.
Let me see. We have a bunch already. So I'm kind of writing these down. So far I've done Miles Morales. Chris HL94 has done Blaster Master for the NES, which is really cool.
Sounds dirty.
Mr. Drew played, Super Arcade Soccer,
I did.
which is just a game that has been on your backlog forever.
It's so long. Since the last World Cup, I think about 2018 has been there about.
Hambone played through Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. When we did the PlayStation episode last week, I didn't talk to him that much about it, but he rated it a 7.69. And I know the 6.9's a joke, but that 7 is no joke. You do not give Tomb Raider Definitive Edition a 7 around me. Okay? Just don't do that. One of it's my top 5 of all time. Unbelievable game. Needs a remaster maybe. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of them, and so we're waiting for more. Keep them coming. I think we got one more. One more. Somebody else did one, I thought. Hambone wasn't the last. Oh, Hoots played Oxenfree.
That's right.
So very cool. Good one too. That's like 4 or 5 hours long. So it's
Nit started one but hasn't completed yet. He's got some time left.
I'm not talking about people that started it. When you finish it, Nick, you started Starlink. When he finishes it, come talk to me. Come talk to me when you finish it.
Yeah.
Starlink's
you do that, Nit.
You do that. Okay. So the deadline is the December 22nd. So you still have 18 days left to do it. But like I said, play the game, beat the game, tell us your story. When did you get it? Why'd you decide to play it? What did you think after all this time?
Now, we're going to rate the best story.
I think it's going to be the game, the story, just all of that.
Yeah.
So tell a good,
I probably have a pretty good chance then.
Who?
Me playing the soccer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can't win. You're not eligible.
I was just saying that
you're a judge.
Game challenging. I won the World Cup. Like Cinderella story.
Pretend World Cup. Zencaster keeps telling me that it lost connection, is attempting to reconnect.
Mine too. I keep getting that message and then successful. So let's just hope for the best here.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's hope for the best.
Let's make our show 20 more minutes. Okay. So that's Monthly Mayhem. You got until the 22nd. And post it in the MM Beat Your Backlog channel, and the rules are over there as well.
Read it.
It's time for the meat.
Drew, we got the Mario movie trailer number 2 this past week. Oh my gosh, it was incredible.
Incredible.
What can you say about it? I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Is how are there haters out there? Like I'm such an easygoing guy, right? Like I don't. It's not easy for me to grasp, the whole how people are mad about this.
Are people mad about this?
People are still talking about Chris Pratt and this and that. Like just fucking let it go and enjoy the movie and have fun. I love the idea of this. I thought there was so many cool Easter eggs. I mean, what was your one favorite part, would you say?
I mean, if I really just think about it, I think seeing the Mario Kart kind of opened my eyes to there could be anything here. There could be some Mario Strikers in here. It was just cool to see Mario Kart, and it made me feel like I remember one of the early scenes in Ready Player One when they do the big race.
Yeah, that's just awesome scene.
One of my favorite scenes. And I was like, God, this feels like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So
I've heard a lot of big moments, right? Obviously the opening scene, but I'm going to go with a little smaller moment that I thought was so cool when Peach was walking through the Fireflower field. Like how awesome. And then she just like sucks up like the fire power. Like so cool. So cool. Yeah. Like never in your mind would you just envision a field of fireflowers.
Right. Like it's something that you have to find in a box while you're running.
And then you're like, okay, it actually made sense. Like, sure. And it's just the whole story, the idea of Bowser trying to take over, like, again, the worlds, right? As we know of worlds and all these Mario games that we play, you have to play through each world 1, world 2, world 3. And he's now coming from Mushroom Kingdom. Like, awesome. What a simple yet great story. Dude, I'm glad they're not overcomplicating it, it seems like.
I think so, yeah, because it kind of ties into the fact we saw the penguins in the first trailer. So that was like the ice world. And we see a map during this trailer, so he's kind of coming for these. We're going to see different areas. I think it's going to be really neat. And then just Peach herself, I was really interested because Peach is a very what's the word? A very bland character, right? Since the beginning, Peach is just the damsel.
Yep.
And her voice is like, "I'm Peach. I made you a cake." Like, kind of like, I hate to say it, but it kind of goes into like stereotypes and stuff. It's like Peach is a human being, but like she's just like there to be rescued by Mario. And just seeing the way they talked about doing Donkey Kong's like face and emoting, but like Peach's face really emoted in a way we've never seen before. And I like the voice, and I like that Peach has become a character, and I like when she like has like a battle axe. I want to see Peach fight too. Like, this is
I agree. So
2022 now,
It's funny because it's almost like the reversal of roles, right? They had the amazing scene where they showed Mario for half a second, like fits in a leaky faucet, like he's still a plumber,
right?
And then there was the other scene where I think there was two of them, like when the Cheep comes out and it like sucks his face, but it goes to show, like, I think like Mario is still learning or starting to learn on how to be Mario. He's not quite yet a superhero. He's a plumber.
And yet I'm not sure how that's going to go.
I think he's
weird?
learning. I think in this adventure, he's going to figure out how to become that superhero.
But why do they need to? Why does he need to train? Like, why does he need to train? Like, why can't Peach just do it? Or like, what point do they look at Mario and go, "You can do this, but we need to teach you everything"?
Well, I think it might be a combination of multiple things. I think Peach is there to help, but I think maybe she needs help as well. Or maybe something happens to Peach. For all we know, maybe she does get captured by Bowser. And then it's only up to Mario.
But it looks like she's watching him train and she's disappointed. What if he's the only one that can harness the fire flowers, like, as a weapon, right?
Or
like
the Tanuki suit or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Or
maybe he has that special power, and now we need to like turn him into a weapon. But he has he has a gift that we need to.
But I agree. We're missing that little part of the story, which is fine. You don't need to show that in the trailer, right? Because it looks like Peach is some type of already badass. But you're right. Why do we need Mario? Where did he really come from?
Yep. Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't want to see another trailer. Right.
I agree.
I'm good. I mean, obviously we're going to watch the movie no matter what.
Regardless.
But like, I don't want to, like, if Wario and Waluigi are in this movie, I don't want to see them in a trailer. I don't want to hear Seth Rogen's, like, we didn't hear Seth Rogen's voice as Donkey Kong, which was weird.
No. Yep.
But like, I don't want to hear his voice. I don't want any more information, honestly. I want to be, if Daisy's in this game, I don't want to know. I just want to see it fresh. I feel like we're going to get probably at least a few more trailers, and they're probably going to spoil some things. I really just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great. And I think there's going to be a lot of fan service and a lot of callbacks to games. And that's what I'm there for.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it.
Can't wait.
So good.
Super exciting.
Very exciting. Charlie Day, by the way, is Luigi. Perfect.
I think everybody. I think they're all good. They're all great. I mean, they're all going to give their own unique take, and I actually like that each character looks a little bit different. Like Mario definitely has a little bit different detail. It's a little bit different. I think by them looking a little different makes the voice kind of more okay in a way.
Yeah, Bowser literally looks like Jack Black.
Yeah,
right, when he grins and all that.
I mean, he's my favorite character of all time anyway. But it's oh man, I'm super excited. My Evan, as soon as we finished watching it, Evan goes, "Yeah, we're gonna need to watch that again." And I said, "Yep, let's do it." And so I was like, "Oh, we just watched this. I'm fine. We're watching it on my phone." So me and Evan watched it again. Yeah, it's like great.
It sounds like it's going to be a repeat movie. Like, go to the movies multiple times, and I don't go to the movies multiple times for movies.
It might be.
This might be.
I know they talked about it on the Nintendo Dads, but typically these movies, the shelf life now of movies are 45 days after release. Typically come to streaming network or purchase at home or something.
Yeah. I want the Blu-ray.
I'm trying to think. Illuminations usually goes to Paramount Plus, maybe. I'm trying to think of like where my kids watch all like the Despicable Me movies or the new Gru movie. Was it Paramount? Or I think it might have been. So I'm wondering if this one will go there too.
We don't have Paramount, and my kids have seen some of these movies, so I think they're just on.
Well, maybe they're either HBO or maybe Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Netflix.
Somebody must own the rights to the Illumination type movies.
Yeah.
Sing 2 and all those other ones that came out.
Yeah. I can definitely see going to the movies a couple times to see it, and then probably definitely buy the Blu-ray just to keep it. I mean, I'm not like a physical media guy. I don't buy Blu-rays anymore, but I would buy that.
You're right.
One.
I probably will buy this one too and just put it up somewhere.
Yep.
At least I'll have it for the car too, because we can put the Blu-rays in the car.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah,
Cool.
super excited. Opening weekend, 100%.
The only thing better that we got this week is Switch Sports Golf dropped. Kind of, I mean, like, it was supposed to drop on Monday, and Nintendo didn't tweet anything about it, and then at night it came out. Kind of unusual. I didn't play it till Thursday, and my first experience with it on Thursday was I was trying to play it while I worked, which is what I usually do. My Thursday morning routine is I play Chimbara for like an hour and a half. I fill up my card, and then I don't play Switch Sports for a week. And I just do that every Thursday. And I was trying to play golf on Thursday, and you get a lot of points from it. You get like over 100 points.
But it probably takes more time.
Takes a little longer. Yeah, I had trouble. I couldn't play it at my desk. I was like trying to play it like under my desk, but like I didn't want to hit my hand on my desk. It's a game you need to play on the big TV. Don't do it tabletop and in your living room with lots of room.
Yeah. And I struggle too as like someone that actually golfs, right? I have, more of my hands usually lower grip. So like you definitely want the Joy-Con to almost be pointing straight down. Because if you have it on an angle at all, like you would with a normal golf club, you end up like pulling it. Now there's something up with the motion control. I don't think they were designed right, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean they probably had to like should it be more accurate like a club, or should it be just what somebody who doesn't play golf would think it's like?
Yeah, but you gotta point it at like the floor at like a 5-degree angle, where realistically it should be like a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
And if you do the 45-degree angle, it just doesn't work right. And that's not realistic. And I get it. We're not playing like, PGA Tour here, but I don't know. I'm gonna say what every fanboy is thinking and has said in the past, right? We play motion control sports because we have to, not because we want to. Right? Like I don't want to play motion control Switch Sports Golf.
But that's what makes Switch Sports Golf unique and interesting, that it is in motion control. If you wanted to play golf, you just play Mario.
Yes and no, but my point is, John, I think I played 6 or 7 rounds of this game, right?
Wow.
So times 5 holes. That's it. I'm going to be honest. I'm never playing this game again. Never. But to your point in the card collection and doing this shit, if I could sit on my couch and still play that same game with the knockout mode and like, I probably would have played it more, probably would have completed a card, and I'd play it every once in a while. But
what if you could win Bowser's Black Visor as a...
No, you're never winning Bowser anything. Never.
Yes, come on. I get what you mean.
I mean, I've said this since the beginning of time with this game. It's not Wii Sports era, right? That was a phase. It was a great phase. No one had a problem with the Wii. It was new. It was fun. It was exciting. I think we're beyond that. And I think whenever we see a new console in the 2 years, I think the Joy-Con detachables are going to be gone. I think motion controls will officially be dead with the next generation of Nintendo.
That's the thing is like, the Joy-Cons don't represent necessarily motion control, right? It's be able to play it like a controller, a crappy one, but it's a good option. But you're right. We don't really see much in the way of motion controls anymore.
No, I think that's
this one's.
But I mean, they still utilize it though in certain games, right? The original Mario Party. Just about over the years, they heavily used it still in the beginning of the Switch life. Right, there was a lot of games that still used it. 1-2
Switch, Just Dance, Switch Sports, Mario Party,
the first one. Did they do WarioWare? Yes,
WarioWare. Yeah, I mean those are the main ones. There's some other ones.
That's a lot for first party Nintendo.
Yeah. I think they do it so that it's not super used a lot, and it's for things like dancing and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. Ring Fit.
Would you say you used it for that? Yeah.
I'm just thinking now, Wario.
I'm trying to.
I don't know if you needed him for Wario. Actually,
Did you
I don't know
just
if you
use the
needed 'em.
Joy-Con sideways?
I think you just used.
I'm not
I
sure either
remember
now.
playing handheld. Honestly,
I think
I
you might be
remember
right.
playing handheld.
I think you are right on that. I think there was hand-toed modes, like side
Hand
modes,
toad?
but
Did you just say hand toad?
I don't think so. We'll have to turn back the tape on that one.
Hand toad mode. Yeah. No, I think it's fine, but you're right. Like, you don't want to take off the controls. And when Switchboards came out, I actually put a bunch of loose Joy-Cons, hung them off a hook because I didn't want to take the Joy-Cons off my Switch. I want to just use other ones. Don't take them off and on. I was still doing the tape. But
Speaking
you're right,
of
I don't say
that,
too much.
I think there's something fucked up with my white Joy-Con.
Oh, really? The OLED one.
The fucking Satisfied grip, 2.0, 3.0, whatever the fuck version they're on now, the new one for the OLED, I think fucked up my OLED. And I was mad about it for the day one out of the box. It's so fucking tight, like a young recital jiggly tits, that like it fucking broke my Joy-Con. I swear. Like, did I not say that too soon?
Too soon.
So now what happens is when I put my Switch into the Satisfied grip, the left
It
Joy-Con
doesn't satisfy it.
It doesn't just satisfy it. The left Joy-Con pops out,
Oh.
even though it's locked in place.
And this is a satisfied grip for the OLED because it's supposed to be like a little bit wider.
Yes, but it's super tight. And you like you need to almost like push it down with your second. Like you can't just slide it in easily with like your index fingers. Like no, you got to force it in there.
Like you're saying, like when you start to go down, it probably starts to bend a little bit. But you got to shove it in before.
Well, it has these. Unlike the other one, it has like these rubber, like they stick out. So it's almost like there's air gaps.
Oh yeah.
Right, so they're not touching, so it's not getting ruined because it's these rubber clamps like type thing that makes an air, but it's still very tight fit.
Very tight.
And I was like, at first I said, oh, it just needs to be worn out, but I use that thing daily and it has not worn out. So I'd be interested. I know Hambone just got a brand new one. I'd be interested to see what his thoughts are on it. If maybe it's mine, maybe mine's just like,
could be because it could be unless maybe you just got the wrong one. Maybe you didn't get the one for the OLED.
Well. Oh, maybe they sent me
the wrong one.
You know what? Now I gotta look into it. It's white though. I don't think they made the new one in white.
Maybe.
I'm gonna grab my old Switch though and try. I tried putting though my OLED in the old Satisfied grip and it does not fit at all. Period.
Okay.
Like
all right.
But I'm gonna take my old Switch and put it in this grip and see how it fits.
Okay.
I never tried that.
I have two Satisfied grips. I think they're there for the old one. But I recognized right away, especially the first model that just had the plastic, like it was going to scratch. So I just left my Switch in there all the time. I didn't dock it anymore.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's absolutely fabulous product. I'm not going to debate that. It's just, I think it broke the Joy-Con.
You might write their customer service and just say, it's really, really tight. And I think you broke my Joy-Con, but like, can I exchange this or something? Maybe
Can you send me a new one?
They want to avoid a class action lawsuit.
I think I just have to start putting my neon yellow Joy-Cons back on, I guess. I like those ones.
They are nice. The ARMS ones. The ARMS Joy-Cons.
Is that what they are?
They came out when ARMS came out. They're kind of unofficial ARMS.
Never played.
What? What do you mean never played? You played ARMS?
No, never played ARMS.
You've played ARMS?
Never played ARMS.
How have I not known this? How are we still friends?
It's one of those things like when Splatoon 2 came out, it didn't fit my gaming schedule.
You like to play games with the kids, right?
Sometimes, depends, yeah.
Evan would fucking love to play ARMS.
He loves fighting games.
I mean, it is, and it's once you kind of get into it and get used to it, you're out there and you're just like, you start feeling like the ARM guy. You're like, I'm going to go whoop-ow. And then you're like, whoop-ow, whoop-ow. It's so much fun. What a great party game to play with friends. So good. I can't believe you haven't played ARMS.
No. I let you demonstration there though.
Let's talk about gift exchanging. I want to talk about this because this came from a comment from you. Is this true that you don't exchange gifts with your wife, Amy?
We do not. No, we're not. No
You
gift
don't
exchanging.
exchange?
We don't even. We just had our 10-year anniversary, and we didn't even give each other a single thing. Not a
Wow.
card. Nothing.
Is the spark's gone? The spark is dead.
Some may say differently after last night, John. But no, it's not dead. You know what it is? It's like, if we need something, we kind of just buy it, right? Like I wanted a new mic. It was on sale. I bought it.
Mhm.
I told you she's super into reading like novels lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna like. She's like, oh, do you mind if I buy a couple more books on Amazon? I'm like, no. Like, you're gonna wait a month and then read them? If you want to read a book, just buy the book and read it. So like, we kind of do that throughout the year. So I don't know. Maybe it's a bad thing, but we just don't. We decided not to. I think last year we actually did a couple gifts. You know what? Sometimes the kids want to get stuff, so we'll say it's from the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
The kids got it.
yeah, like last year I bought her a shirt of. I bought her a shirt that had a picture of Goomba on it, our dog Goomba.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was this year I was gonna buy her one of those. You ever see those pillows they make and they make them of your pets?
Yeah.
Do you know how much those fucking things cost?
I mean, they're custom made, right?
Yeah, they're like $175. I was
Oh,
like, nah,
wow.
fuck that, I'm out.
Pretty detailed.
I
I don't know if you can go to that well right away a year later, though.
I
You're going to have to
know.
wait on that well for a year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't need to do anything this year because we're not buying each other anything.
I think you need to surprise her with a book.
She fucking reads all the. I don't know what to get her.
I know.
A book? How do you buy somebody a book? You know.
I mean, I get Michelle lots of Christmas gifts.
All right, so let's talk about this.
I'll even unnecessarily stress about it. Like, is this enough? Is this like I don't know.
Is it
Like,
a spending limit, or is it like more of like a quantity thing?
fucking, I wish we did. Every year I try. I made a spreadsheet for the gifts we buy the kids because
I do that too.
Because I will say it right now, Michelle will just buy stuff. She doesn't plan it. And there was one year where like Melody had like 8 more gifts than everybody else. And
tough.
We ended our Christmas with like just her opening gift. And I was like, we can't do that anymore. Like it has to be even. The cost doesn't have to be the same. The kids don't fucking know how much things are. So it's like, but we have to like when they open gifts, it has to be 1 per round. And we have to make sure it's the same number.
Agreed. 100% agree with that.
So I have a spreadsheet and everything, but she'll like,
I'm with you.
she'll often go out of it or whatever. And then this year I bought myself a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, that's fine.
An M1.
Yeah.
Well, and I bought it in October. It was on sale. So I haven't opened it yet. I gave it to her to wrap for Christmas. God. So I was like, this is my Christmas, this laptop. You don't have to get me anything else. But she wants to get me some things. I think she's getting me some little cute things or whatever. But that's basically all I need. And I can't wait to open it. But
oh my God, I always wanted this.
And there's years where I'll get her a new camera or I'll get her a new iPad.
I remember you got her one a few years ago.
Yeah. This year, like there's no big gift. But I've gotten her like I think like 7 things now, and I feel like, am I done? Nothing will match the MacBook in terms of cost. But it doesn't have to, because most years I spend more for her because of hardware and whatever.
Why don't you surprise the family with a nice Disney cruise, John?
No, I can't do that. But I think I'm gonna surprise the family with an escape room.
Oh, that's right. You told me you guys loved it.
Yeah, and then maybe we can do it during Christmas week while we're all home.
Okay.
So I might do that. But
so like, what did you say? Like you bought her like 10 gifts, or
usually I'm at 10 or more.
Wow.
It just depends. But she likes cute stuff. I got her like some Kirby socks this year.
Yeah,
like,
Amy's not easy
hit up
to
the
buy
Nintendo
for.
store.
She doesn't want anything like that.
But you just have to.
You don't though. It's fantastic. I don't have to spend a couple $100s on useless shit.
It really is true. Christmas does get stressful. And even our kids, like in the past, we've gotten them a lot of things. And this year, I'm like, I really want to throttle it back.
Same.
So I'm kind of like done shopping.
Well, but then you have the grandparents asking you what to get them. Then you have the brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts asking them, what should we get them? And I'm like,
gift cards.
My kids don't need anything else. I don't even want to buy them shit because they have so much shit.
Right.
You know how kids are.
when our kids are really young, we did like 529 donations.
Okay.
Like, you can like donate to their college and whatever. But like as they've gotten older, nobody does that anymore. Like they want to get them something because they're bigger. They react.
Well, that's what all the grandparents. I want it on the toy. I don't want to,
Exactly. But it sucks. My kids used to get the little toys, and then they got older and they wanted gadgets, and they were like a year we got them all like an iPod, and then then we get them like iPads and Switches and whatever. And this year none of them needs anything like big and technical, so it's great. There's no VR systems or anything like that this year.
Consoles,
but it still makes it hard because like Cedric, he just plays Apex Legends. That's it. There's no Apex gift cards I can give him.
Nope. Yeah, no battle pass or anything.
Yeah, like it's like, and that's all he does, and he's happy. He doesn't need anything, and it's like,
great.
I gotta get you something. It's Christmas, So
you know what I got Evan? I got Evan a Bowser gaming chair.
Ooh.
Like one of those ones that sit on the floor that like kind of rocks.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we got him one of those. Now, did you guys have to deal with the whole Santa card thing, or not anymore?
Santa card?
Well, Santa. I mean, Melody's 11.
They're all they're all out of that. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Our hiding place is like our crawl space in the basement, and it's an elevated door that you have to like really climb up to get in there.
Yep.
But they're like Cedric's to the age where he could just open the door, and we used to just keep all the presents right there.
Yeah.
Now I'm like more worried about that. So we're wrapping things more proactively.
Yeah, but see, it's not as bad because at least they know they're coming from you. Like I have the fear of like if they see them, like now they know they're all from mom and dad.
They'll find out eventually.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think it's that tragic. In fact, they might say, "Yeah, we kind of had an idea."
We went and saw Santa today, actually.
Oh, really? Did he go? They don't cry at this age, right? They're fine.
No, yeah, they were both fine.
Do they realize it's not a real Santa though?
Well, so typically yes, but this one is the real Santa because we go to this one place and he has like the real beard and he's and
I see.
They put it on they turn on a good show, so they even
high
say,
class
like,
Santa.
I think this is the real one. Zoe asked for a piano, and Evan asked for a Stegosaurus stuffed animal, extra fluffy.
Extra fluffy. That's adorable.
That's what they both said.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, we would always say this is not the real Santa.
Yeah,
but
he's
just
busy.
Pretend because I'm too nervous. They're not going to be a good Santa, and it'll be like a giveaway.
Yeah. No, we know this one's this. We've been to this one a couple times. So, but yeah, like we see in the mall and stuff. We'll say, "Oh, you want to see him?" We're like, no, we know he's not the real one. But
they know that.
They know like certain places aren't the real one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Yep. But okay.
The worst part is you don't have to deal with properly. Or the best part, rather, you don't have to deal with the stupid elf on the shelf, John.
We never did that.
I know, fucking it. You know what it is though? You get cousins and you get friends that do it, and then you're like, well, how come I don't have an elf? And then you get fucked into it.
You're a shitty parent, and
then you blame the other kid's parents. Like, look what I have to fucking do now.
Yeah,
and I can't stand. Sorry if you're one of them. I love you guys, listeners, but I can't stand the fucking people that post it on social media.
Oh, and they're super creative about it, and you're just like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Like,
That's a perfect example of Bluey. People making you look bad, John.
I gotta
makes you feel like a shitty parent. Like, well, I just put mine on the shelf. They're fucking playing like, go fish over there or something,
Yeah, I have. Yeah, someone in my family does that, and it's like, oh, there was a stream of there was whipped cream, and it led to them, and he's got the whipped cream, and he's holding it, and it's like, oh my God.
No, mine's just sitting on the corner on a shelf,
collecting dust.
I move them every night, just that shelf to that shelf.
All right, there we go. Yeah, well, I mean that's what it is. It's the purity of it. It's on a shelf.
Yeah,
he should be on a shelf. All right. Moving on to what I think is incredible news that the Game Awards for 2022, which are what is that, December 8th, is this Thursday. I love the Game Awards. I love watching them.
Okay.
Will be significantly shorter than usual. Thank friggin' God.
Aren't they like 4 hours?
They get to like 3 hours long. And we heard your microphone.
I'm sorry, I hit it.
They get to be like 3 hours long, and I think mostly as a Nintendo fan, there's not much. I think Nintendo was at its height when they did the Joker announcement and the Bayonetta announcements, and then they had Reggie Fils-Aimé would go, and it was a big deal. Now it's like Bowser might make an appearance, but like that's it. They don't really anything. I think it was last year they just had like a Sizzle commercial, and that was it. It's pretty dry. There are some games that are coming for Switch that get announced, but it's not like a Nintendo announcement. And so when they're really long, I like to watch it because, there's PlayStation stuff I'm interested in. But it's just really, really long and gets really, really dry. So I guess Keighley was talking and he said, let's see the quote. "One thing we're doing this year is we're trying to make the show a little bit shorter. I won't say anything officially until we're through our rehearsals, but we think it's going to be significantly shorter show this year." This is great. I saw somebody on Twitter today, I think it was Insipid Ghost, say they were excited by this news because they said the awards were more interesting than the trailers. And I was in shock.
Yeah,
I was like,
we went over that last episode. They were terrible.
Who cares who wins Game of the Year and Narrative of the Year? Those things don't matter at all. That is one committee's opinion based on something. Everybody, you play the games you want to play. The best narrative for me is the game that I think has the best narrative for the year. I don't give a shit. I do like when games that I do like win awards because I feel like they got honored with something. But it doesn't matter. Who cares who wins? I want to see the trailers. I want to see the announcements, new footage, all that stuff. I want to see Nintendo news. That's what I watch it for. That's it. So it's a 3-hour commercial, hopefully a 2-hour and 15-minute commercial now.
So you're going to watch it?
I'm always watching it.
I heard that they're giving out a bunch of Steam Decks.
Yes.
You got to sign up. You can win me one. You can give that to me for Christmas.
I was going to sign up for it because I'll take one for free. You have to have bought something on the Steam store within the last year. So
it's got to be like a 99-cent game. It's like buying a lottery ticket for 99 cents.
I'm going to see if I can I think my son has bought stuff on Steam and see if he can just enter for one. But yeah, you have to have bought something on the store. So, but they're giving one away every minute.
Do you have to watch or can you look after?
No, I think they're just going to announce them. I don't think you have to watch.
Every minute.
You have basically 200 chances, they said. So,
I mean, what's best case how many people sign up?
I think thousands and thousands of people will.
I mean, it could be 200,000, yeah. Whatever.
But I mean, 200 chances to win, and hey, it's fun. Yeah, whatever. Give it a try. It doesn't hurt. If you're going out of your way and buying some $50 game, maybe it hurts. But
no, but if you buy a 50-cent game just to enter, what's the big deal?
I need to make sure that I got to get into this somehow. All right. We are going to talk about predictions, Drew. Let's talk about this. Let's go through our 2022 predictions. The way we did this about a year ago was we made predictions for the year, and then we gave points to them. So the more risky the prediction, the more points you can earn for being right. And I haven't gone through these, but I have them listed here.
Wait, how come I don't have points?
How come you don't have points?
Huh.
That's very interesting.
Did you just make them up?
I must have.
You don't have them on all of them.
Oh yeah, I don't.
On some of them.
All right. Well, we'll just go through the predictions then. We'll just figure it out.
Give it for 2 of them, actually.
All right.
Anyway.
So let's go through the predictions. We'll go through mine first because that's the order. Prediction number 1 for 2022. No Switch Pro announcement because 2022 is the Switch's biggest year. Metroid Prime 4 will be a Switch Pro launch title, but you won't hear about it this year. That is correct.
Did you make a prediction of a prediction that wouldn't happen this year?
I mean, that's
Metroid Prime
how they
4 will be a Switch Pro launch title, but it won't hear it this. So you made a prediction for 2023 and 2021.
I don't think that was really my prediction. My prediction would be that we would not get a Switch Pro announcement because 2022 was supposed to be a really big lineup for Nintendo.
So when did the OLED come out, John?
That was October 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't use that.
But I knew I thought that would be the Switch Pro. But yeah, in 2022, we weren't going to get it because in the middle of all of these big games coming out, they weren't going to say, hey, there's a new system.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that.
All right. Sure. This one is wrong every year, but my God, it's so perfect. Cloud Pass will be a new tier for NSO, a much expanded section. My idea has always been that there would be an expanded, just like the extra stuff. What do they call it? The expansion pack.
Yeah.
where you could play like a Game Pass type service where you can play cloud games, any games you want, if you pay like X number of dollars a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go and play Resident Evil or play whatever. I don't like having to buy cloud games. I'm against that. I think cloud games should be like Netflix. You have a subscription and then you go and you play whatever you want to play. But once again, that was wrong. There is no Cloud Pass. E3 will be Breath of the Wild 2 with a fall release. I'm going to say that's a miss.
It's a miss.
We did get the Breath of the Wild announcement, not in June. When did they do the direct? It was a couple months later, right?
Yeah.
I think it was in August. I think we had to wait till August or probably maybe September when we finally got a Nintendo Direct.
Okay,
and
yeah.
we did get Breath of the Wild 2, but we did not get a release.
Mm-hmm.
No Mario Kart 9 announcement. It's for the Switch 2. Again, I was right.
That's
Bam.
That's fishy.
You know, it's kind of this is kind of like whose line.
This is why predictions suck.
Yeah, this is be like whose line.
Ones.
The points don't count. Like
Points
we're just going to see what the predictions are. Mario Kart 9 I think should be I think with the Switch it came out in April, so the month after the Switch came out. I think Mario Kart 9 should just wait until the Switch 2. Do it again. Second month Mario Kart. Just do the same formula. It worked for the Switch. Just save it. We don't need a Mario Kart 9. Major Ring Fit story DLC or Ring Fit 2. That did not happen. A Kirby themed pink Switch. I haven't seen these predictions since we made them. A Kirby themed pink Switch Lite about to be announced. Did not happen. Don't know why.
Sounds like a no-brainer. Sounds like a no-brainer.
Sounds like a no-brainer. I don't know why.
I love the idea, especially with the game that came out.
Yeah,
I agree with that one.
Fire Emblem this summer. We got 3 heroes.
When did that
3
come
hopes. We got 3 hopes. That was before the summer, wasn't it? Fire Emblem 3 Hopes release date. That was June.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll take that. We're getting a real Fire Emblem game in January, however. I didn't predict that. I'm just saying that. Super Mario 35 is coming back to NSO, probably rebranded without the 35. Not even close.
I loved that game. That game was fantastic.
I don't know why they don't bring it back. They have Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99.
But let's be honest.
What?
If it was still there, like, could you even get 35 people to play at a time?
You could. I don't think I would play.
It'd be tough, though.
Yeah. I don't play Pac-Man 99, and I really liked Pac-Man 99, and I like Tetris 99.
I think you need it in the spurts. If they said it's coming back for like a week, I think it'd be like just you know what, bring it back every year.
I think I'm going to charge up. I think I'm going to charge up my Switch Lite because Tetris 99 and Pac-Man 99 are both great on a Switch Lite with that D-pad. I think that's why I don't play it because I've been playing on my OLED for a long time. I think I'm going to join it because I love those. I love those games. I want to play those more. Okay. Link's Awakening coming to NSO. Oh my God. For a free week. We'll have patches. We'll have patched the water bug.
Oh, that's very specific.
It is an embarrassing miss.
It's a weird prediction.
This one is a weird one. Advance Wars delayed to update the art style.
Should have left it. You should have just left it at delayed.
It did get delayed.
Now, if you predicted it delayed to a war, that would have been something else.
I would just win the contest right there.
I would give you the contest, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I say, Vladimir Putin delayed Advance Wars. All right. So, out of the, 10, 3, 4, 6, 7, out of 10 of them, I got 3. But
2 of them were because you said nothing's going to happen.
Well, yeah, but at least 5 of them are great fucking ideas that Nintendo should be listening to me about.
I think the pink Switch Lite was your highlight of what I would think would be a good idea.
Yeah, and somebody was just talking to the other day, like that there was no Kirby Switch. Really weird.
And the other thing with Link's Awakening to the NSO for a week, why don't they do that with games?
They do that.
But not like weird games.
Yeah.
What was that last one they did? Some third-party shit that they did? What was like a...
And then it automatically downloads and...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they should do more about giving away games. I really want to see a Switch sort of Game Pass type
Mm.
service. It doesn't have to be like all your first party games or whatever, but like for indies, that would be great. I would love to see something like that. Just make a little indie service because they already do the Nindies, you know, the indie world stuff. So just make it an indie world pass, and you get to play all these indie games. And when they do their indie worlds, they can just say it's on Indie Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what Game Pass is anymore. It's really just an indie game service. So just
Agreed.
do it. I mean, you know, Nintendo's the king of indies.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Agreed.
All right. Let's turn to Drew and see if you did better. You want to read these off?
Sure. Coming off hot, new Nintendo console, a Switch replacement teased with a release date of 2023.
Should have listened
That
to me,
did
Drew.
not happen. Oh, for one. Brand new Mario game. I mean, that's one of those things I think everyone would just wants to predict every year. So that's I'm gonna be honest. That's a no. I in my mind thought of like a platformer, something a true Mario game, not a spin-off series. So
I mean, there's a Mario spin-off game every year. That's not even a prediction.
That's a no. I was legit thinking a legit Mario game.
You might have been right if the movie came out this year, because there might be a game attached to this movie.
Maybe. We'll see. But my fear is how is it any different than every other fucking Mario game if it's just Bowser taking over the different worlds?
Well, imagine they make a new game and it like Peach looks like the movie Peach. Oh my god, it'd be so cool.
Yeah, agreed. New Mario Kart, not just karts.
Laughable. Laughable.
Half a point.
Half a point?
What do you mean? We got new content out the wazoo.
Oh, DLC?
I don't know. All I said was new Mario Kart. You consider that Mario Kart 9?
Yeah, I would think that would be a new game. I don't think you want me to give you half a point?
I don't know. I don't want you to give it to me. I want you to tell me that I earned it.
I'm going to give it to you.
I appreciate that.
I don't think you earned it.
I don't think I'm going to need it with all this other. Well, maybe.
Right.
I don't know what my other ones even are. Splatoon 3 introduces a battle royale mode. And then I wrote more than 2 teams.
Close. Yeah.
I mean, you can battle more than 2 teams with the.
I'm at least giving you a half point. This feels like 2 predictions. So, I mean, but the Splatfest is more than 2 teams.
It is.
I'll give you a half point on this
All
one.
right. I'll take one for the combo of the 2.
Okay.
Next one killed, John. New Xenoblade game announced.
Bam.
And out. And we played it. And we beat it.
Bam.
The next one is another great prediction that did not come through. 3 of the 5 major games that are about the list will be ported to the Switch. Forza, Cyberpunk, Jedi Fallen Order, Marvel Avengers, or Resident Evil Village. Did Village come?
Village, we got a cloud version.
See?
Marvel Avengers never did come.
No Jedi Fallen Order either. I agree Forza and Cyberpunk were a huge, probably not happen, but I thought Jedi Fallen Order, maybe Marvel and Resident Evil had a good chance.
Yeah. Man, I really wanted to love Marvel's Avengers.
I didn't play it.
All right. So you got 1 of 5.
Yeah.
That's a no.
I mean, this game couldn't have been more predictable. No new Donkey Kong game in 2022 because it was Kirby, right? So everyone thought this game that everyone was making was Donkey Kong, and it was not. It was always the Kirby game.
Always Kirby.
Mario Party Superstars DLC. Which one did we get the
We got
DLC
new boards. It wasn't a DLC, I don't think.
How was it not the same thing?
I don't know. We had that conversation one time. What is DLC?
We got new stuff.
What do we get? Like a new board? You got to tell me what it is. If you can't even tell, I'm the Mario Party guy. What did we get in Mario Party Superstars?
Did we get DLC? Now I'm double guessing it.
I think there was maybe a new board.
What board did we get?
You got to tell me, man. You got 10 seconds to tell me.
I have to tell you in order to get a point here?
I mean, you just go, I don't even know what we got, but I should get a point.
I don't know. Did we get something?
You're going to have to do some research on the last one here, too.
New Nintendo amusement park announcement. No, I don't think we did. Unfortunately,
I mean,
we know that it's gonna. We know it's gonna be at Epic Universe, the third Universal park, but we didn't get any announcement of what they're doing.
Wait, didn't we find out there was going to be like a Donkey Kong?
It's not confirmed.
Okay.
It's a rumor, but they did there was pictures posted the other day of a new roller coaster that was like yellow, and that's what everyone thinks is going to be a Donkey Kong roller coaster.
Okay.
But it's not confirmed. It's just a rumor.
I got some news for you, Drew. I got 3 of them right. You got 3 of them right.
Let's
Everything hinges on Mario Party Superstars DLC.
Someone help us out here if we were live. I mean, Mario Party Superstars DLC. Look at that. It's a predefined search. Oh, will there be? 4 paid downloadable now released in June. Received. Mario Party Superstars received 4 major updates and 4 paid downloadable pats, with the final content pat now released in June 2023. What is this?
I can't tell if it's like real.
Is that fake? Is that new?
Fandom is usually fake.
That's a rumor from March of 2022. They had that same rumor as they probably saw my prediction and started the rumor.
Yeah, and I don't feel like we got a real DLC anyway, so I'm prepared to call this all a draw.
It's a draw. Someone prove us wrong, but
we are 30% correct. And
okay,
there you go.
And with that being said, John, what are we doing for our 2023 predictions?
I think we suck at predictions, and honestly, I don't really enjoy them anymore.
No. So that's it, folks. We're done. We'll never do predictions again. Done.
I predict we will not do predictions again in 2023.
Yep. I mean, think about it. Most of the predictions we got right. So there, let's say 6 of them. Half of them were us saying that nothing's going to happen. This will not happen next year. Like, how is that enjoyable?
And I said Fire Emblem this summer, and we got like a Warriors game, and I'm like, oh, nailed it. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the predictions. They do get a little, whatever. So
wait, time out. I have another one here that got. Oh, I win. This one got pushed over.
What? Oh,
new Mario sports game, Mario Baseball or Strikers. That was the exact.
Wow! Prediction. Did you nail it? You got it. You're the winner.
Nailed that one. We missed it.
Winner is Drew.
I win nothing. And that's fine.
Dude, I want Mario Baseball.
That would have been a prediction of next year. We'd get one every year.
I think when Strikers, we talked about like, oh my God, we're going to do Battle League for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And we got bored pretty quickly.
It wasn't. And I fucking love the game. It's just, there was something about it that didn't have longevity.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough. We're still waiting on an update, by the way, on Strikers. We have 1 more left.
Oh, do we? Like
a new there's 3, they said. We only got 2.
They haven't friggin' talked about that game in forever.
Well, they owe an update. Wasn't it originally 3 updates?
I don't think I've got the second character.
The second one was Diddy Kong and Pauline. What was the first one?
I think I did play since then.
First one was Daisy and Shy Guy.
Not Daisy. Yeah, Daisy. Yeah,
Daisy, Shy Guy, and then Pauline and.
They could update
Diddy.
it and really change that for me. For some reason, though, we played game after game after game after game, and it just didn't feel.
I played the other day with an informant.
Yeah. I don't know. It just didn't have the lasting power for me. It has potential.
What they did?
It has potential.
They removed. You know when it showed you were going to play someone and it showed their record.
Mm-hmm.
They removed their record,
so you can't just bail out.
Yeah, I mean if you're playing someone that's 105,
yeah,
100 wins and 5 losses,
you could often tell if you're going to win or lose on that screen alone.
Yeah. Now
probably smart.
It's very smart.
All right.
Predictions suck. They're gone.
No more predictions.
Never again.
That's a prediction. Let's go to questions.
We have some good ones this week.
We did. We got really good ones. First question is from Herambone Johnner. Does Nintendo need to add trophy/achievement support? Would you care? How do you think the masses would react? And the asses, Drew. If you were in charge of designing the program, what would you do to make it new or different? How would you Nintendo-ify it? I like that word.
Nintendo-ify.
Nintendo-ify. Let me answer this question, Hambone, because my partner here, Drew, does not know what an achievement system is. He's never experienced one. He hasn't signed up to Luna like he talked about this week.
Listen, I asked a question about Luna. I did my homework. I did my research, and I realized the catalog of games is terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Speaking of catalog of games, you know what I just saw yesterday that came out on Apple Arcade?
What?
Dead Cells. Dead Cells Plus.
God. Yeah.
Just
If you have a controller,
your backbone.
a lot of those games are great.
Yeah.
But like, when I play a mobile game, I want to play it on my phone. That's the whole point of it.
I agree.
And I don't want a controller. So it never has appeal. Shovel Knight Dig is on Apple Arcade.
It is.
No appeal to me whatsoever.
No, I agree.
Not
with
even
you.
one. Yeah.
Anyways, side note. All right, anyways, so achievement.
Okay. Hambone, to answer your question, yes,
He's been thinking about this a lot.
Point. Yeah, in years past, possibly on our podcast, I have said that I really don't need trophies or whatever. I do like to do completions of games. So like we'll play a game and like I'll talk about Rogue Legacy 2 in a little bit. I do like to try to like complete games and get all the in-game achievements and all that. I do like to do that. Sometimes it's increasingly hard, like Shovel Knight Dig, but I do try. But in the last couple of years, playing Xbox, playing PlayStation, I'm starting to feel the bug. It's starting to come to me. And sometimes when I think about games, I go, man, I kind of want to play that on the PlayStation so I can hit the achievements. So here's, some examples, right? Life is Strange. I have to talk about that contractually. But
you do.
Here's an interesting thing. Michelle was playing Life is Strange on the Switch, and in the first game, there's 5 chapters, and every chapter there's 10 secret pictures you can take. That's sort of the collectible in the game. And when she did the picture, she would just take the picture, and that was it. She didn't even know that she was doing something of interest or note. And I told her there's 10 of them. And the reason is, if you play that on Xbox and you take a secret picture, it'll go ding, and it'll go secret picture number 6 in episode 2. And when you see that, you're like,
ooh,
what? Number 6 in episode 2? Then you start to go, wait a minute, what's going on here? It's way more interesting.
So I got to ask a dumb question and not interrupt your story.
Yeah.
When you get these achievements, right? I understand, let's say, like people can look at your profile and they'll say 35 out of 100 points for Life is Strange.
Right.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, what does it do? Does it get you a title? Is it, or it just shows up in your profile of a completion? Like, what does it do at the end of the day?
In the end of the day, I think it depends on the player, because I always hear people say they want to show off to their friends that they got the platinum trophy, right? Hambone is the platypus. He loves to platinum games. And to say platinum means you got all of the trophies in a game. PlayStation always has like a special trophy that's for getting all the other trophies. So it's platinum. Xbox doesn't have it. It just says 1,000 out of 1,000. There's 1,000 points in every game. I never care about that in terms of like my friends seeing that I did it. It's just for me. Like I feel like when I play Life is Strange games, I want to do everything and know that I did everything. I don't really care that other people see it, but some people do. Some people do want to show off some difficult trophies,
but
notoriously
how do you really
difficult
show
ones.
it off? Besides,
They can just look at your
screenshot
profile.
There's no.
You take a picture, post it on social media, maybe. I don't know.
Sounds like you walked around the Wii Plaza with a gold shirt on or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're different to everybody else. And like in the past, I haven't really needed them because I just do the in-game stuff anyway. But now I realize it really does help to accentuate the hidden things in a game. And when I play a game, like even just play like a boring old game, when you see the thing pop up on the screen, it's exciting. You're just like, oh, cool. I want to do more of that. It really hits that dopamine hit. So Nintendo should do it. Probably starting with the Switch 2. I wouldn't say do it now. Every game would have to update. Just guarantee it in the Switch 2. Every game that's made for Switch 2 needs to provide trophies the way Xbox makes you do it.
So let me ask you this question, right? Because the only game I can really come to my mind is something like Cuphead for the Switch. So let's use Cuphead as an example here, since I can I can kind of relate to it, and I know it's on multiple consoles. So Cuphead has an in-game achievement, at least for the Switch, right? You can go on there. I think it shows you how many achievements you've done. It shows the question mark. It actually does a really good job for managing that in-game.
Yep.
Now, I'm assuming it does the same type of thing for Xbox or PlayStation. Well, it's not on PlayStation, just Xbox, right?
No, Xbox and PlayStation, yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same exact thing, except it shows it in your profile as well. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, they trigger the system. So the game
the program, it triggers the Xbox system to know you have the achievements as well.
Yeah, so when you look at your profile on your system, it's there. They're not tied to the game. So but Cuphead does something that not all games do. Like when you play on the Switch, you'll actually see the little achievement come up on the screen.
Not a lot of games do that. Right. I agree. So I guess my follow-up point to this is it if it's something you're doing for yourself, if it's something you're doing, or there's really two scenarios. You're doing it for yourself or you're doing it to show off. And again, I don't know how many people look at other people's profiles. I'm not really one to see. And maybe that's because I'm only on Nintendo. But is it Nintendo's responsibility or is it the software to do their own internal achievements? Right? And I'm just throwing the rhetorical question out there. But is it really, you know what I'm saying? Like Cuphead does a good job. If it's about me completing all the achievements, I can easily see that in Cuphead. I can easily see that in Downwell. I could easily see that in Downwell was such a simple game. I think Downwell was one of the games that did have the little achievement pop up, if I remember correctly. But that's the software.
But you're leaving it to every game. And I think from Nintendo's point of view, there's two reasons why they don't do it. One, they don't have much of a great internet structure, so they probably just don't. I mean, just think of just handling all of those requests that have to get sent over to Nintendo every time you do an achievement, and they have to store it and restore it, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
The second is, they just leave it up to the games. But I think increasingly, a lot of games do it. A lot of Nintendo games do it. And it just, it would make sense to just tie it into the system so you get that sort of consistent, no matter what game I play. I played My Friend Peppa Pig this week, Drew.
I'm sorry.
And you play that game and it's a kid's game and you're like, this is stupid. And then it goes, ding, and it's like you visited the Potato Island. And you're just like, yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. You were just like, yes.
I think that matters.
And it does. So I think it's high time Nintendo does it. How do you Nintendo-ify it? Well, let's just assume we should have it because you don't experience the dopamine hit. I have. It's hit me. But assuming that we want to do it, how do you Nintendo-ify it?
So how do you Nintendo-ify it? If you want to truly do it Nintendo way, gold coins. If you platinum a game, you get, I don't know, 100 gold coins. I know, what's that, $1? I don't know. But maybe it's a way to get eShop credit.
I mean, they already have the coin system, right? The platinum and the gold points.
Yeah.
I mean,
so maybe you get coins for doing achievements.
I know Xbox does it where you can cash in your rewards each day and get like a currency.
Okay.
I don't know how, it's kind of confusing because I think somebody had said, I think on Game Pass News, they were saying that if you get a certain amount of points, you can get Game Pass for a month. And I had Xbox, I played Xbox for over a year and I was like, oh, surely I could redeem like 6 months worth. And I couldn't redeem even close to 1 month's worth because you have to turn them in turn them into something else. Yeah, I don't understand, but Xbox will bug you like every day and say, turn in your points. I still don't know what it does, but you can get rewards.
Strikers bothered the shit out of me because when you completed one of your season achievements, you still had to go into the achievement tab and collect the physical achievement.
Right, yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that? If I did an achievement, just give me the points now.
Yeah.
Don't make me go claim it.
Right, and somebody's got to tell you, and you go, oh, I didn't know.
Do you know how many times I probably just never did that? And again, the reason you never did it in Strikers was because even if you went and claimed the coins, you didn't need them for anything. So it was kind of that's a whole nother problem, right? But I never understood you had to go claim them once you already beat something. So I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I could really think of Nintendo. I mean, they're already giving us these free icons, which again is weird. You can't even fucking combine them. I can't put Little Mac with a green background because the green background didn't come in the Punch-Out set. It only came in the Mario set. And I can't put a Goomba on a star background, because the star background came in the Odyssey set, and the Goomba came in it. It's
I think the app is so brittle. They don't want to show a whole bunch of icons at one time. They want to limit it. Otherwise, you'll overwhelm the system. So, because that's why the eShop is so slow.
eShop is fine, John. It's fine.
I don't even think you need a Nintendo-fy it. Like, Xbox has achievement points. PlayStation does trophies. So I like PlayStation's better. It just makes more logical sense. There's a certain number of trophies, and that's it. Some games have 20 trophies. Some games have 40 trophies. In Xbox, every game has 1,000 points, and that's it. But when a game has DLC, you have to like do more, and I don't know how they do it. So games are always expanding. So just limiting it to 1,000 is an arbitrary sort of measure. I just think Nintendo should just kind of do what PlayStation does and just have trophies. And yeah, like maybe you can build up. I don't know if I heard this or it came to me, but like when you play Splatoon 3 and you have your locker, you can decorate. Like it would be neat where you can earn little assets or graphics, and then you can use those to decorate like a town or something that's living on your system, and people can visit you and that sort of thing. I think I heard that idea from somewhere, but I think it would be great. But honestly, I don't need it to be special. Just give me trophies and I'm happy.
See, I think it's tough, right? I was always a guy that, like, when I'm thinking back to like PC MMO type games, where if you do achievements, it leads to something for your character. Again, back to that, maybe it's a gold armor, maybe it's, an aura, maybe it's a title that goes onto your characters, but it's something you can kind of show off in game, right? When you're running around town or whatever it might be. So like, I get maybe that it's like, you get to show that you've put in the time and effort. I find it difficult when you have to have like a random person look at your profile. So to your point, I think all achievements as they are designed today, right, in Xbox and PlayStation, are very self-centered around the gamer. Right. So I guess my point back to Nintendo is that I don't have the solution, because I think you're gonna make it worth like expanding somehow outside of just the lobby, right? And I say that in quotations, right? It's gonna go back into a game. And online games are obviously easier, but I don't know. For me, like, I play a game, and if I beat it and I absolutely loved it, I'll go back and play more of it, right? And maybe that's an achievement hunter type thing, but like if I look back at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and there was an achievement, I probably would have like 10% of them, because I kind of just halfway through that game stopped trying to look at every nook and cranny, right, and just tried to beat the storyline. So I if I loved it, I would have went back and I probably would have done everything I possibly could have. So I don't know. I struggle with. I don't think Xbox and PlayStation is even that great, to be honest. All it's doing is updating your profile. Right?
It's not for everybody either. I mean, like, Hambone likes to platinum games. I like getting the achievements, but I'm not going to chase like really complicated ones.
It still goes back to the software, not Xbox, that's creating the achievement, right? Because I guarantee there's an Xbox game out there that doesn't have achievements. And
I think they all have to.
You're mad. So, but what about like the little shitty games? Is the achievement beat the game? You get 1,000 points?
The people that chase gamer scores are famous for playing shitty games. They'll play like whatever game, SpongeBob, whatever.
Peppa Pig.
There are lists, Peppa Pig. There are lists that say like, what's the fastest way to get gamer score?
So I think that what you just said actually takes away from it. Then what's really the point?
But it's yeah. I mean, I had a friend who I've told you before. I lost to gamer score. Like, he switched to Xbox. He would rent games just so he can get quick gamer points, then give the game back. He was just playing everything just to get gamer points. And it was like, I lost him to it. But it depends on the person. Some people don't care about them. Some people care about them to get platinums. Some people are in the middle. They try to get as many as they can. And then when they're done, they're done. It's just, you can go either way. You can turn off the notification too. I mean, you can just ignore it completely.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm not sold. I don't see a reason to pursue it personally.
I'd like the option. I'd like it to be there, and then you can just turn it off for the people that want to turn it off.
Good question. What is a great convo? We'll be next.
All right. Chris HL94 asks,
Hmm.
what is the most adults or after dark thing you have done in a video game? Example. I don't know if this is something he did or what, but having sex with a hooker in Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, I think I've told mine several times. Witcher 3,
Mhm.
go to the brothel. You can walk around the brothel lobby and you can pick out the female you want and you go upstairs. But I had to go pick every single female in the brothel because every girl is a different scene. They have different tits, different body. Some of them will steal from you, as you remember, right? Some of them will drug
Right.
you and steal your money. Like
Right.
some of them just give you the ride of the life, and then that's it. You wake up
Right.
the next morning, and they're still next to you, and it's like that's it. I mean, everyone legit is a different outcome.
True. You would have gotten a trophy if you were playing that on a PlayStation.
That 100% would have been a trophy. Sleep with every woman in the brothel.
Yeah. I think that's the best example. Some other ones that I came up with were I don't know the definition of after dark, but it was just like an R X-rated scene or whatever it is. But I took it as sort of like doing something uncomfortable. In It Takes Two, you didn't play that one, did you?
No, I did not.
There is a scene. I'll leave the name out so it won't be a spoiler or anything. But there is a character you're pursuing in the game that you literally beat the ever-loving shit out of. And this is a game that is pretty family friendly. Like literally a game that I would play with my daughter or my son or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to this scene and you're like, well, holy shit. Like you just cut out a very big size of your audience. It's just like, it's horrific. So it kind of comes out of nowhere because it's pretty late in the game too. But that was certainly a weird moment. I put The Witcher 3. And really, like, when I played The Witcher 3, the first time I played it through on PS4, I played in my little basement nook, which is near the door. And I swear to God, when you get to, like, the sex scenes, I was, like, looking upstairs. Like, I didn't want one of my kids or someone to walk downstairs. I would pause it if I needed to and walk in on me. Like, can you imagine?
It with just, like, the girl on top of you.
Yeah,
like worse.
I mean, I would put it into sleep mode and like I'll play this later. But can you imagine me sitting there playing and then like Michelle comes downstairs and she looks and I'm just like banging
watching it, yeah.
Chris, and you're just like it's just in the game. I can't do anything. But they're great moments too. And then in Stray, there's like an achievement where you're literally you're the cat. You have to jump off a building onto a guy's head. And then you scratch their eyeballs out of their head.
Nice.
They fall to the floor. The guy passes out, and you have to eat the eyeballs. And you have to do that to get a trophy.
Speaking of cutting eyeballs out, you know where I'm going with that one. I'll leave it at that.
I'll just say, Drew, that's not real. I just wanted to lie about that one. That's not an actual thing in Stray.
Oh, it's not.
But what is real?
I'm gullible on that one. I never played it.
Here's a recent one. Immortality. This is the Sam Barlow game. So in that game, you play. You're trying to find out information about this actress, Marissa Marlowe or whatever her name is.
Sure.
And you go through all of her clips, and these are clips of unreleased movies or whatever. And there are I don't know if there's like sex scenes, but there are nude scenes. And so you're sitting here playing this game, and you don't expect it, and then it's like, oh, you got this like topless scene you're playing out.
Ooh.
And I immediately look at my door like I need to shut my door here because like I don't want someone walking in on this. There's definitely some passionate scenes and stuff like that. So
you play some fucked up games.
Very few. It's just one of those things, like and I think one of the most fucked up games I ever played was Corpse Party on
what about that game
3DS.
You played that the shoot 'em one where you had to shoot the girl's clothes off?
Oh my God, that's
yeah, you did a review on it, or it was one of your first reviews.
It's like an unlisted review on YouTube.
Why is it unlisted?
I forgot the name of it because I didn't want it to show up in my subscriptions for my kids who are following me. I forgot the name of it, but you're right. Yeah, that one was amazing. Yeah, because that was like you had to get, as you got a higher score, like the background girl would lose articles of clothing.
Yeah. What do they call those games? Like when you're like the little
Japanese games.
No, like when you're the spaceship and it's like
pew, 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 pew. Like a
Gallagher?
shmup? Oh no, what are you
Smut.
talking about?
Whatever.
It's a shmup.
That's
what it
what
is.
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, well, not all shmups are shooting girls' clothes off, but
No,
yeah,
but that's it. That's the style of
it
game
was called like waifu
Unravel.
uncensored or something like that. Yeah, yeah, a pretty bad game actually. Good for a thrill.
You never beat that last one, by the way. You would not have platinum that game.
I can't go back to it either. It's just too hard. You have to go through the whole game, and it's just unfair. I couldn't even YouTube it. I don't know. Last question from the Coos. The budding. He's a budding singer. I mean, he's doing like elaborate TikToks.
Yeah.
He did a song cover the other day. Man, he's
entering into the music world.
Where did he do the thing? Was it where did I hear it? Where he did, I think he just wrote it. What did he say? He made a song for McDonald's or
really?
What was it?
I don't know, but I think Coos has a business in like writing jingles for people. You know, he needs to like, go on, what's that website that we use for the logos, and like advertise himself for writing jingles.
Yeah. I mean, he's just into music lately. I don't know what's up. Got to find out.
I think I have a question for him, even though he's not even on the show. You know, next week, maybe.
Next week. Yeah. Next episode.
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold my
Bob Cousy
question.
asks, Nintendo called. Somehow those some bitches found my number. They said their New Year's resolution was to fulfill one request asked from one lucky fan. Oh. You are that fan. What's your request?
So let's do this. Me and you are the two fans. We're pitching our ideas to Coos as the Nintendo employee, you know, in quotes, right? He's called. So let's pretend Coos is the Nintendo employee. We get to pitch our ideas, and he has to choose one.
Oh, he has to pick one? Why can't we
there's
just
only one fan. We're two fans. You only pick one fan.
All right. Okay.
One request.
What is your one request?
All right. I guess my one request that I've always wanted would be some type of, I don't want to say MMO, right? Because I don't think that's the right word for it. But some game like that, where all the Nintendo franchises are their own different worlds and sections. I guess you could call it like an MMO. You know what I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And it's just, interactive, different quests. You can pick, you pick which kingdom you want to start in the
this
Metroid
is Disney
area.
Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, that's what I need. But yeah, you have Donkey Kong's Jungle, you have the Mushroom Kingdom, right? Maybe even Splatoon now. That's hot and heavy. What's the Splatoon City you can go? Imagine like walking through Splatoon City there as Mario, or
It'd be cool. Do they have like soulless dialogue when they talk to you?
Talked about soulless dialogue. We'll talk about Pokemon later. But anyway, Pokemon, put that as a little world in there. You have all these different worlds, right? And just different things. You're right. Dreamlight Valley's not, but better. Let's do it better. Let's not. This is Nintendo here. You got to utilize the franchise. You did in Smash. They came together. Let's do something similar.
I think that goes back to Hambone's question, which is you tie the achievement system to this sort of world, and you can earn items for that.
Sure, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the gameplay is, right? That's not my job. That's Nintendo's job. I'm giving you the idea. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a farming simulator game, because I think it needs to be more of a platform type levels type stuff. Like each world has their own platform levels that you can go in and you have to beat, and you unlock stuff, and maybe there's bosses of each world, and maybe you got to raid and team up with other people to do it. But that's my idea.
Okay.
I don't know. They didn't figure it out.
My idea is much simpler. I want Nintendo to have two pieces of hardware per generation, a regular and a pro. I just want to be able to choose from day one. I want a more powerful Switch, and I'll pay more money for it. And that's it. You don't have to make pros anymore or nothing. Just offer a second tier hardware system for series players, and then you offer the lower tier one for the casual market that they go for. Because you always hear we always talk about it.
That's all you want.
That I'm making it simple for them. Because we talk about this all the time. It's like they're selling hand over fist or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but I bought this game and this game on my PlayStation because I wanted to get better graphics, and I want to buy it from Nintendo and give them the money. But I can't, because they want to have this casual market. But just just make the same hardware and make a more powerful version. Every time they put out hardware, they're capable of doing more powerful hardware.
Sure.
And do it, just have 2 tiers. Just have it for both markets. Xbox has X and Series S now. I mean, just do it.
All
See,
right.
mine's a much easier request. Yours is like a lot of work.
This is going to take years. This is going to be expansion. This is going to be like a lifetime of like 10 years, this game. And then they're going to come with the next one. Oh, I'm all in.
It's a mess. Just total mess.
Total mess. Love it.
All right. Good questions. Thank you, everybody. We like answering your questions, and you nailed it this week. Very good.
What we've been playing.
Drew, I want to start with one game that you and I both played. I think we both played Rogue Legacy 2.
We did.
I don't think you beat it by the time the last episode was there. Did you? I don't think you had beaten it yet.
I think I beat it that day.
Maybe beat it that day? I mean, you
did.
beat it all day long, but...
True story.
You beat that, yeah. I want to talk about it a little bit, just wrap it up, because I managed to... I beat it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't lie. You didn't beat it. You
the final
cheated.
boss died.
You cheated.
That's all that matters.
No, I think the listeners deserve the truth, John.
I will say this. I've said this to you multiple times. Despite the fact that you only play Nintendo, and despite the fact you come across as a brutally casual video game player, you are actually fairly hardcore and a really good gamer. And I call you a savant. I will call you a savant. And I fought that fucking final boss so many times, and he was so unfair and so brutal, and I didn't even come anywhere close. I could get halfway with him. And you beat him and didn't even tell me whoa, what a tough battle that was. I just assumed it'd be like a
I thought the other boss was harder. You know what I found with this game and all the bosses? I don't know if I said this before, maybe I just said it to you, but I felt all the bosses were very Cuphead-ish, where it was just patterns. It was patterns. The difference is you had to memorize the patterns and the attack patterns. The tricky part is every time you fought them, you had some type of different trait and different character style. So it's not like I just went in there with a sword and I knew that I had this spell and that I had this jump. No, because every time I had this extra long jump, and this time I had a dagger, and this time I had a fart spell, and it's like it was just different every time. So it was hard to adapt to playing it over and over. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes when you got a new character, you had to decide, is this going to be a boss run or is this going to be like a gold run?
At least the final boss was a direct portal straight to the boss. There was nothing
once you
else
died, you could fight him within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I first thing I want to talk about is I don't feel like the game stuck the landing. And here's why. I found the game truly addicting and enjoyable early on. This happens to me with a lot of games. But I really did enjoy it. I did not love the bosses in this game. They were so different from the rest of the game. The rest of the game was getting better, getting through it. And then you fight these just massive sponge bosses. And it was just bam, 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 bam. It was just, I don't know. I just thought it could have been a little bit more clever. The levels can be hard enough. And I understand that you could get lucky and just I took a picture of it. I had a dungeon where literally 2 screens away from the start was the boss. I was like, wow, it was right there. But the bosses are just super, super spongy. And I think that was because you could get to them pretty quickly, maybe. And they didn't want to make them easy to beat.
Correct.
I found it kind of annoying. And I thought the final boss was extremely spongy and unfair.
I think that was their answer, right? That, like you just said, you could come across the level 6 boss. And that's what happened to me. I came to the level 6 boss when I was really supposed to be on boss 4. So I skipped 2. And I told you, I said, I'm having a hard time with this guy. And I didn't understand why. Because I was fighting the wrong boss.
Right.
His health was super high. My stats weren't there yet. And I just wasn't high enough level.
I don't think I fought any boss where, I'm good with patterns of after some amount of time, maybe a longer time than most people. I just never, every time I fought a boss, it was just if I won, I barely won. There was one boss that was pretty easy. I think it was 2 eyeballs and you just bounce back and forth. I had kind of an easy time with that one.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, that final boss was, And so just to say, like, what I did was, I don't know if you saw, but there's like a house rules in settings.
I
And it's
did.
kind of like Celeste. You can just tweak almost all of the game mechanics and you can throttle the game and make it a lot easier. To be somewhat fair, I took his health down to 50%. It showed a full bar, but like I was hitting him for more. He had less HP. And just, I think I could have taken it down more, but I was like, let's just make it fair. And I beat him. But yeah, I was just like, oh my God, that was ridiculous. I don't feel like the game stuck the landing. Now, after you beat the game,
oh, it's so confusing.
After you beat the game, they do like loops. So when you beat the game, like it's not really a spoiler, not a big deal. I won't talk too much about it, but when you beat the game, you get credits and everything. So when you beat the final boss, you feel like you did beat the game. So the question is, what happens after that? And they let you do these loops, and it's kind of like Hades, right? Where you can play it and you can choose like a couple of things that make the game harder. So you might say it's like Slay the Spire. Enemies hit for harder attacks. And I get less gold or something like that. So you do that, and then you play through the game again. You keep all your stats. So everything you've built up, all your extra stats in the castle are there. But you have to start off, you have to beat Dungeon 1 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the final boss again. And then you can add more. So they do that. They also show the characters, they're no longer in the water anymore. They've been rescued, the island goes up, whatever. But then once you go through and do a loop, you're back to the way it was before. Yeah. I just feel like none of it made any sense for the story we were playing.
It wasn't great.
And I feel like I haven't finished the game, but I have been playing it quite a bit in the last few days. And what I'm kind of doing is trying to upgrade everything at least once. Because when you upgrade something a first time, the castle changes.
Yeah.
So it might go up a little bit, or you get a little flag. I'm trying to unlock everything. That's kind of my only goal.
So you're still playing.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through the first world, the second world, or whatever, just collecting gold. Not
almost
really,
like dying at the end. Yeah.
I have beaten the first boss again, but like for the most part, I'm just trying to hoard gold, and then I go back to that screen and I upgrade something, and then I just do it again and again and again and again. I do want to try to beat bosses as I go, but for the most part, I'm just trying to upgrade my armor, my health, my attack, other shit. There's so many things you can update in this. There's like 25 different things you can update, and it's overwhelming.
More than that.
Yeah. And
like
that's
50.
I don't know. I'm just doing it because I don't feel like starting anything new right now. But I just don't feel like the game stuck the landing. I don't feel like it had a satisfying enough ending.
It's ups and downs, and it was one of those games in the beginning. It just felt like so much fun because you're leveling up and you're powering up, and then there's somewhere halfway through that you just hit like almost like a wall. It's like I'm not powering up like I was before. You know what I'm saying? It never
feels like you're powering. Like when you upgrade your strength, the next run doesn't feel any different.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, so I think it missed the mark a little bit there.
Yeah. You should feel it. Also, there's too many classes. There's 12 classes.
There's too many. They overdid it.
I didn't want to unlock all the classes because I knew it would then be part of the pool of 3 or 6 that you do. And so I didn't want to do it. But if you don't like unlock the Dragon Lancer, you don't get the other upgrades that are above it in the castle. So at some point you have to upgrade them to get at the other upgrades.
It's interesting system. Like I said, the game's fun. I recommend it. I don't want to say I don't recommend it, but and I've played a few games like this lately where, like you said, when you beat it, you beat it. They show credits, but I think like when it's confusing on what the DLC or what the post game is, I think there's something wrong there. You should never have to question like, is there more to play? Is there not more to play?
Yeah,
and I think it was a little tricky at first. I don't know. Overall, I said I enjoyed it. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it should make you feel like accomplished. I kind of thought today, wouldn't it be cool if after you beat the game, then they challenged you to replay it with just one particular class. So maybe I can say, okay, try to beat it as a cook, try to beat it as a Dragon Lancer, try to beat it as this. I don't know. Something like that with the same difficulty, but just with different characters.
Game, it should let you choose your class.
Yeah.
I think that would be like a fun. You just pick which class you want to be.
Yeah, because it's like my selections are always bad. I have enjoyed playing with the Ronin. I like the Ronin guy. He has like that long reach sword attack.
Was it a samurai sword?
Yeah, and there's an what is he called? An astrologer or something like that. And he has an attack where it's like you see this little planet and it's like a pretty wide
I
attack.
don't think I unlocked him.
Yeah, like you launch the attack and you can literally run away and the attack will just keep hitting whatever touches it.
That's not the bard, the guy with the music.
No, I hate the bard.
Yeah, he sucked.
I mostly don't like the cook, except he has like a self-healing, which is nice.
And he has I think he sets everybody on fire when he hits them.
Yes, he does.
That was good too.
But the Ronin is fun. And I don't like any of the classes where when you swing, you're kind of stopped. I like to run and
like
the sword. So in the end, the Knight, the Valkyrie, the Ronin, I think are my favorites.
Is it with the Assassin? What was on the daggers?
Assassin. I like the Assassin too.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah. That's what you need. I want quick. I did like it, but I feel like it could have been better. I feel like they kind of messed it up. I don't know, but
agreed.
So I'm still playing. I'll probably still play for a little while. I don't know why. I'm just kind of hoarding and going through. At some point, I'll just get bored and stop, but it hasn't happened yet. Nice. And then real quick, I'll just say I did wrap up Persona 5 Royal. 97 hours.
Good for you.
I will admit there were a couple days I played 10 hours a day.
God bless you.
I got really addicted to it. There's so many sections of the game you could just watch on the screen, so I would just sit it down near my desk.
So overall question, would you've played regular Persona 5, would you say it was worth the extra play?
I enjoyed Royal a lot more, but I don't know if it's because of Royal or because you're spending a lot of time playing the game the first time, understanding the mechanics of it, then you do. Then when you play a second time, you're always going to be better at it. I would say Royal was a lot better. There was they added all these little extra attacks and relationship things. And, but overall the game was very similar, but just little quality of life improvements that I would say if you had the choice, by all means play Royal. But you could play the other one too and probably be okay. But, I felt like Royal lets you do more, character upgrading at night after like a day in the game. Whereas the cat was always telling me, "Oh, you're tired. Just go to sleep." And I was like, "I want to do some studying," and they just wouldn't let me. And Royal always let me, so I was able to do.
But I'll trust you.
I maxed out my star. I maxed out my relationship with Anne. We were boyfriend girlfriend by the end.
Nice.
Yeah. Would I play this game again? No. I'm done. I know people play this game multiple times. I can't see it. But I will say the Switch port is perfect. A little bit blurry on a couple of, like animation screens or whatever, but like this is a perfect port. I loved it the whole way. There's no performance issues. Absolutely must play on the Switch because it's a 100-hour game. It's just easier to play portably. Perfect port. I loved it. And then I started playing finally A Plague Tale Requiem. This is the sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence, which I loved. I think I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm playing Requiem now. It's a newer game. I think it came out in October, and it is up for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. And I just finished chapter 5 today. And I will say the game has some continuity issues and glitch issues and jank issues, especially going between animations in the game. And then you ever play a game where you're like, you come up to like a thing you interact with in the environment and you press A and your character does one of these, like they walk this way and then come here and then they go and pick the thing up. And you're just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, just pick up the fucking thing. Like, it has a lot of that. It's really fucking annoying at times. The battle is just like super touchy. There's a part where she has like a crossbow. And so you're holding it down to aim. And then at one point she starts putting it in slow motion, mind you, putting it back on her back. And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm trying to shoot. What are you doing? Like, so it has a lot of that. But overall, I like the series. I like the game. I'll just say that this is not a Game of the Year candidate, at least to me so far. This should not be one of the top 6 games of the year.
It's fair.
Flat out. The first game was so smooth and so impressive, and this game is just...
What's the first one? Innocence?
Innocence, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's on Luna, John, just saying.
It is. And it's really good. It's really good. And this game is, probably good, but I feel like maybe it needed a few more months in the oven. Maybe there'll be a patch. I don't know. I'm just saying is there's just enough in this game. It keeps taking you out of the game. You just want to get soaked into it, and it just keeps taking you out with little annoyances.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saying it's just not a top 6 game of the year. So that's it. That's what I've been playing.
Lovely.
How about you?
2 games I want to talk about, but I'll talk about a couple other ones quickly. We mentioned Super Arcade Soccer earlier, John. It is a game I do not recommend. It is a shitty little soccer game. It has like this one camera angle. It's bad, like bad. But I played a World Cup, the U.S. I won, whatever. It
You jinxed the team.
I did. It itched my bug. I also played, as my son has been obsessed with it lately on the iPad. He's been playing Pokemon Unite. So I said, "Fuck! Let me give this game. Let me see what this game's all about." And he, I downloaded it for him on my Switch, so he was playing on the Switch. And then I said, "Buddy, why don't you show me how to play this game? Like, I was just intrigued. Like, what do you do?" He's like, yeah. So it's like you gotta kill these. So it looks like there's like you play against real people, but I think there's also like NPCs that you gotta kill. And once you kill the NPCs, you get like Pokeballs, and then you gotta get enough Pokeballs, and then you go to like almost like a King of the Hill area, and you put all the Pokeballs in, and then you now own that area. So it's like you get points because you are controlling that area of the map. It's not a bad little game. It's not a bad little game. I can see the addiction for it. Before I talk Pokemon,
I was watching a trailer, by the way, for Super Arcade Soccer while you're talking.
Oh.
I can see what you mean. It gets very visually dry very quickly. But I love when they score a goal, there's like confetti that just drops down out of nowhere. And it's like, what the fuck is that?
You rip shots and it's like, it's rewarding when you score. It just feels rewarded. I mean, yeah, I was winning games like 1-0. I don't know, like 1-0, maybe 2-0, but it was just quick, shitty games. I don't even know how much it was. Maybe $1 or $2.
Ooh, that's pretty expensive for you.
It was up
like
there. So I've been playing Inscryption since Thursday at noon. And at first, I mean, we've talked about it. It's a card battling game, right? So it's like card versus card, a very unique kind of setup board. It's a very unique game. The first impression of it was like a 1990s PC game. And I'm like, I don't understand the hype. Right? I was like, I don't get it. And then the more you play, like, all right, you start to understand the actual gameplay and the concept of the card game itself.
Right.
You're like, all right, it's actually pretty simple, but a lot of fun, and you really start to understand and make your moves, right? So you have your deck that you're building. You have this, if you played Slay the Spire, very similar map that you can have some branches in your path to make for your next battle or your next unique card pickup or whatever you're doing with it. You have a couple items that will enhance your moves. And it just gets to be this very addicting, very like planning your next and even planning your next battle, like while you're still battling, because you know how you save stuff. It becomes super addicting, super fast. And then there's these and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's these just what the fuck just happened moment. And there's a couple of them. There was a part where I thought I beat the game, and you beat the game and you're like, what the fuck's happening? Like, and I had to ask John, I was like, do I keep playing? And that's the only downfall I've had so far. Like you know for sure that you beat the game, right? Because it starts another loop up, but the events that happened, you kind of question, should I keep playing or should I not? And then I played a whole nother loop, and I died on the final boss this time, and it just sent me right back to the beginning. So I'm like, what am I missing? And it's one of those games you obviously don't want to look online because you don't want to spoil it. You don't want anything spoiled, right?
Right.
So it's like, I want to look online just to see, like, am I supposed to do something? And then I think you just gave me a clue, like, look everywhere. Just look and click everything. And I'm like, okay. And I'm not giving anything away. Like, look and click everywhere. It's like, okay, I know what you mean. Let me know.
I think you might have done the same thing I did too, whereas you feel like you beat you beat the game or whatever, but then like it just like, okay, play again, and you're like, but you actually don't have to. There's other things going on in the environment, but they really don't clue
Correct.
you in on it too much until you do it.
Well, no, because the first couple playthroughs, you're interacting with the environment, but at the same time, it's like, do I have to, or will something happen later that will?
Right.
Because the first playthrough, it kind of tells you to go do stuff. It kind of tells, but then it stops telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like a tutorial to get you in the right path, and then it's like, all right, you're on your own now. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Right.
And there's something about it. So then I beat the game a second time. This time I did it the right way. Let's just say it that. And another what the fuck's happening moment. And I was like, and it's so overwhelming in a good way. It's like, I need to take a break. Like, what just happened? Like, I need to digest it. And I did that both times. The first time I beat it, it was actually a good time. It was towards later at night, and I'm like, I need a break. And then when I beat it again the second time, it was like 6 p.m. tonight, and I'm like, all right, I need to do shit. Like, I need to clean up and stuff before we record. Like, I need another break. And it's great. It's hard to describe it without anything going on.
Right.
But what a fun game.
Yeah. I want to
Pokemon-
get it for the Switch too. I ordered the physical copy, so I'll have to wait a little bit for it. I'll tell you. I won't tell you why necessarily, though. I'll tell you later once you finish with it. Yeah.
Pokemon Violet. I ran credits today, John. It's one of those games I thought I ran credits like 3 days ago, and there's just a little bit more. All I'll say is we all know that there's these 3 main storylines, and they feel very separate, but also kind of connected without giving anything away. There's like a post, like extra storyline that after everything. So I thought I was done because I did all 3 of them, and I was like, oh, okay. They never really connected in a weird way, but, and I'm not saying they do. It's again non-spoiler stuff, but there's a whole another few hours afterwards that I didn't know was there. I think I finished with like 210 Pokemon. Here's a couple of my comments. And again, remember, I think I've only beaten one other Pokemon game. I think I've played like 1 or 2 other ones. So I'm not a Pokemon fanatic, but I'm starting to really like it. I loved this game.
Mm-hmm.
Straight out, I loved this game. I had so much fun with it. There's so much to do and see. And again, this should be a Pokemon thing in general, and I'm not aware of it, but like, I beat this entire game. Like, I never used like a TM to add to one of my characters. Never did it once.
Isn't that required, or it's not required? I guess.
No, it's not required. I never really like manually like manipulated my Pokemon at all in this game. I used a lot of the same Pokemon besides ones that I put in to try to evolve. All the towns you go to, like everywhere I went, there was like sandwiches and ice creams and snacks. I never fucking ate one of them. There's this whole game advertised picnics that you can pretty much have a picnic anywhere, and I think it heals you. I don't know, John, because I never did a picnic. Never did one.
Well, that's kind of good, though. It's kind of optional. You don't have to do sandwiches, but I think they give you buffs and things, so it might have helped out.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quests I learned afterwards because Evan has been obsessed with Pokemon. He's like, you gotta evolve Scyther. You gotta evolve him. You gotta evolve this person. I'm like, no, what was it? Haunter. He's like, you gotta get Gengar. I'm like, buddy, I don't know. I've had Haunter in. He's like level 70 now, and he's not evolving. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think you have to trade him.
So you do. You have to trade him with these certain ones.
Yeah.
So my problem is that like when you're in town, there's 1,000 of people you can talk to. But like, why not just have what every fucking video game has and have a question mark above the NPC that has a quest? Like why do I have to go talk to each person to find out that they have a quest for me?
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's a Pokemon thing or if that's a Violet thing, but like I think the difference was if you walk up to them, their speech bubble's yellow instead of like white. But just you have to walk up to them. Just put a question mark above their head or an exclamation point or something.
Yeah, because games do that differently now. Sometimes if you don't talk to them, they just say something. You don't actually click A. Like, I agree with you, because there's like 100 people, and you're
Because
like,
I'm
who's
missing
the person I
stuff.
have to talk to?
Like,
Yeah.
I probably would have picked up more quests, and I probably along the way of the game, I probably would have like stopped in the town and maybe done a few of these quests, and maybe along the time I would have evolved other Pokemon that would have done the side quests.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and I wasn't talking to every person.
Maybe you should talk to more people.
I guess so.
Maybe you should be a little more social.
I guess. I did love the world. I loved the atmosphere. I loved exploring it. I thought it was a little rewarding sometimes. There's nothing like picking up a Pokeball that you see in the wild and you see pop up what it was. That was a lot of fun. A lot of caves and stuff. I think it was fun to explore, but also a tiny bit lackluster. I would have liked to see like rare Pokemon like hidden off the beaten path or something. I don't know. I feel like it was just you're in an area. There's 8 Pokemon unique to this area, and that's it. You walk around long enough, you'll find them. A lot of dialogue. I feel like I don't know if that's another common thing, but like,
I hate
where's the
too
voice
much
acting? And I get it's Pokemon, and maybe this goes back to like one a year type thing, but it was. I don't know. I feel like it was missing. I feel like this game needed it.
You know what? Nobody cares about it's Pokemon. We don't need graphics and voice acting.
Just saying, it felt like it needed it in this game. I feel like it could have been.
I need to find you. Dylan sent me sort of a Pokemon Violet with voice acting, without, and then just somebody just doing voice acting.
Yeah,
and it really is like, oh yeah, that would be way better. Like, you don't realize how much better that is until you see it. I'll have to send that to you.
I felt like a lot of dialogue, and since like just a lot of the quests where you'd go to a gym and there's 8 gyms, and you go to the team Starfall and there's 5 camps. I felt like it became a lot of repetitiveness, right? Because it was kind of like the same type of dialogue, maybe a different character.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you just had a different voice actor like saying it and expressing it in their own way, it would have felt differently.
Yeah.
It just, rather than just reading it, it just felt like it was one of those GMA type things and quickly read it as you go.
That's the problem with games that have too much game dialogue, is you start skipping all the dialogue. You just can't have too much. You gotta reduce it down.
And I think especially in a game like Pokemon where you just want to battle and collect.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what Pokemon is. You're battling and you're collecting. And it's like, I get it. You want a story and some dialogue, and there was a whole arc story, which was fine, but yeah, I think that could have helped. Overall, like I said, really, really enjoyed the game for someone that doesn't play Pokemon. I'm starting to get the little bit of understanding why people like it and get involved, but everyone's like, oh yeah, you gotta go collect them all, and I'm at this point it's not as simple as just running around. Like 200 were easy. How the fuck am I gonna get 200 more when I've already like played the whole game?
Right.
Like that's a lot more to be like. That's not. I'm just walking around finding them now. I'm evolving them. I'm doing quests. I'm trading with people.
Yeah, I think the idea is as you go, you're grinding up your Pokemon, you're finding quests and all that stuff. But yeah, you're right. Like, you're finding a whole bunch as you're going through the game. They're kind of like happenstance. But now it's like, now I'm just going to wander around.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, no.
The last part I'll say is the fighting. I will say, like, from a difficulty point of view, there was one gym that gave me a hard time. I don't think the rest of the game I died once. It was just one gym battle because I think I didn't have the right Pokemon in. I do like this game how it I don't know if they all do this. I feel like one of them I didn't. Shows like when you battle someone, it says not effective, effective, or super effective for your skill. Because like I'm tired of like on my phone, what's weak against fire? What's weak against fury? Like the common ones.
Once you use it against a character, it will show up.
That's
right.
Great.
It doesn't show up immediately, but it shows up after you've learned it.
Correct.
As if like you don't have to memorize it; your character memorizes it for you. Yeah.
The one thing I had a hard time with understanding in this game is like the speed of a character. Like I never understood. I would select a skill to attack, and then it's like the other person would attack twice, and I'm like, why does that person have to attack me? Like there's going to be behind the scenes like a speed. Like
there is a speed, yeah.
Correct, but how do you know what it is, or how do you see it?
I don't think you really see it, but I remember Arceus had that too, where they had. I forget what they call it, but those abilities where you can do attacks for speed where they're less powerful, but you can do multiple.
Yeah.
And, I don't know exactly in this game, but
you get into that loop,
if you have
right?
a Pokemon that has a higher speed than the other Pokemon, they'll at least always go first.
Correct, but if you don't know that, right? Like I got into a loop one battle. I think it was with the person I'm trying to beat, and it's just again probably bad Pokemon I had, but like they would one hit me. I bring in the next Pokemon, and before I even had a chance to attack, they kill me.
Right.
And I bring another Pokemon. Before I had a chance to attack, they kill me.
Right.
And it was like I don't understand. This person just keeps like I not even giving me a chance to heal or do anything.
Right.
So that was annoying. But
Got
anyways,
fucked.
overall, really, really enjoyed this game. I loved it so much. I'm thinking about picking up RTS. Thinking about it.
Wow.
Really liked it. Like it was a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Are you gonna keep playing? You're not gonna play. Is Evan gonna keep playing it?
This might be the point I hand the controller over and say, like, go at it. I don't care anymore if you waste the Pokeballs or spend all my money.
Give you my starter and have fun.
Go for it.
The fun thing you can do too is like, well, you can't. You need 2 copies, but like I used to do with Cedric, where I finished the game and he's not done with it, and so I trade him my massive Pokemon that he needs, and then he can helps him with his battles.
Yeah, so I might let him just keep playing the save file and try to find more.
Okay.
But
I honestly really look forward to playing that game. I just need a couple patches. They did patch it.
Last thing I'll say, I did play since the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely smoother. But my biggest problem I always had was, and Jesse mentions this, like the Pokemon jumping in and out. Like I would be in the middle of a battle, and the cool part is you'd see other Pokemon walking around. But then, like when I'm out of the battle, I'm like, oh my god, I need that Pokemon. I'm gonna go get it when I'm done with this battle. And then, like you see it, and then it disappears, and it's just gone.
Right.
Or you're just running. You're riding your Pokemon, and you're riding like fast. And then all of a sudden a Pokemon pops up and you run into it. Like you didn't even have a chance to drive around it because it wasn't on your screen, and now it's there. So that was my biggest problem. As far as like some of the renderings and stuff like that, I did see an improvement with the patch. But overall, like, I never really had any issues when I played the whole game. It was.
I think you just don't see them. I think
see
they're
'em.
there. They just don't affect you.
They don't affect me.
Because like those like. They don't affect kids. Like kids don't go, ooh, this frame rate really dropped or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're there. I think they just you don't care.
I'm a kid at heart, John.
You play The Witcher on Switch, you don't care.
I don't care. I get pointy boobs. That's it. That's all I've been playing. I played a lot. Now I'm entering a phase of what do I play next? Because once I finish Inscryption, I'm going to keep playing it until I'm.
Keep going. Inscryption's
it.
a game when you finish, you can be done with it. I mean,
yeah. Once I'm not done that yet, though.
Yeah.
I have
But
more now,
I can't wait to
I
hear
have
about
mission. Now I know what needs. Now at least for now, I know what I need to do.
You have to be done by next episode, because next episode is going to be our final episode of the season.
Maybe.
And we are going to do a special little episode. We are bringing on Mr. Bob Cousy himself.
Woo, maybe he'll send us a song.
And Mr. Hambone Johnny himself. And we are going to do a big Game of the Year show.
Yes.
We are going to have no format.
That's it.
I think we're going to find out what everyone's been playing to end the year. And then we are just going to talk about our favorite and bestest games of the year and recount our memories. There will be no news. There will be no formats. That's it. That's just what we're going to do.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit about season 4.
And maybe talk about a little season 4.
In January, right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah,
there'll be no bounties, no nothing.
Indeed.
Cool.
What do we get coming up, John? It's a couple weeks.
We have a big, kind of surprisingly big next couple weeks. Wave 3 of Mario Kart hits the 7th, so that'll be Wednesday. Kind of a weird day to have it, I guess, but Wednesday,
Agreed.
Wave 3 Mario Kart. I want to play some Mario Kart this week. I still haven't played all the new courses from Wave 2.
You're a disgrace.
I want to play some Mario Kart, so we should jump online and
I'll play with you. Let's do it one night.
All right. On Friday, we get Dragon Quest Treasures. That should be good.
I'm playing this game. I don't know if I'll play it release day, but I'll be playing this game.
Okay, you're in.
I believe, really quick, I believe this is not turn-based battles. I believe it's...
I really haven't looked at it much. It's definitely a game I might play, but I haven't looked at it. I don't know what my next game is. On December 13th, we got Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Pretty cool. It's
Snooze
kind of
fest.
interesting. That one looks very advanced, but we don't have Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Switch. So Resident Evil 7 Not for Marty edition. That is a cloud game. I never played Resident Evil 7. That cloud game on December 16th.
I think
And
I like
then-
the idea of Resident Evil more than I like the games. Like, I love the story, I love the gameplay, but then when I try playing them, it's like not for me.
Yeah. Did I tell you I got Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake
Yeah.
for $15 total?
You did tell me that.
Like, what a Black Friday sale that was.
You'll
So
never play 'em.
now I'm going to try to play the first one. I've never played through the first one. I'm going to try to play the first one. And then sometime this month, we're supposed to get Sports Story. We don't have a date. That should be soon. I'm going to guess this week.
This is weird. This is like we talked about a little bit earlier. I mean, Game Awards. We know we're not getting an Indie Direct. Is this a tweet? Like, what's going on here?
Don't know. But like indie games, you're not going to get released a week before Christmas because no one wants to fix their broken shit on Christmas Day. So I expect that to come out this week. But yeah, I don't know. But it's going to come out. It'll be out before our next episode. I guarantee it.
Great.
So that's Sports Story. That's it.
That's it.
We're good. One more episode of season 3. And we're going to have a lot of specials. We're going to have a lot of specials next week, too. So
Yeah, we'll have some specials built in.
a lot of specials.
I want to be involved in some specials.
I've got a special idea for you.
Let me bring it to me.
I think we
in.
might have a special every day
Wow.
after this week.
It's like an advent calendar.
Yeah, usually we like to keep when we do an episode, we usually keep our episodes clear for the week. And then that week after, anything goes. So
Anything
we
goes.
had 2 specials last week. We might do one every single day because I have Xbox Diaries and I have something I want to do with you.
I can't wait. I love the idea already. I don't even know what it is.
All right. We got to put your mic through its paces.
Let's hope this episode is good. For all we know, this episode sucks. We just wasted 2.5 hours.
It might not even record because Zencaster's been giving us both errors. So hopefully it's out there.
Yep, agreed.
All right, man.
Alrighty.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The Dads After Dark show is part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available, including iTunes, Castbox, Spotify, and Stitcher. Also, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. Pretty please. Be sure to join us on the Nintendo Dads Discord in our Dads After Dark channels for some naughty After Dark talk. Follow us on Twitter at @NDadsAfterDark or email us at dadsafterdarkshow@gmail.com. And a big thank you to Family Jewels for our show's music. You rock. That's all for tonight. Good night, Dads. Sweet dreams.